This is the Riot Squadcast, a supporter-driven show dedicated to LA Galaxy news, information, and opinions. Here's your hosts, Ed Rodriguez and Chris Zero Cool Tucker.
Welcome to the Riot Squadcast. My name is Ed Rodriguez, and god damn, it's good to be back in the studio with my man, Chris Zero Cool Tucker. How is it going, sir?
Very well. Hi. Okay.
Hi, Energy
I wasn't
Baby.
sure if that was going to work.
No?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see. It's nice to have a nice home normalcy return.
Yeah.
I see you and I see Ben. Hi, Ben.
All is right in the world.
All the normal. Yeah, I don't like carrying the football. Like, I don't like having to shuttle the
Well, that's good
conversation.
because you didn't do it last week either, so that's fine.
Andrew and I can just talk endlessly together, so it worked out well. Over each other at exactly the same time. Work for everyone. But I like when you're here, I can take it, answer a couple questions, throw it back,
I'll just
take over the
I'll lob you the
conversation.
ball, dude. I just let you go on.
come
for
right back
45
over to
minutes.
me.
Yeah.
I'll pass it back to you. You pass it right back to me. We just keep going. Nice and normal. I like it.
And then every now and then we talk to our good friend, Producer Ben. Producer Ben, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing all right, man. Not too bad. It's nice to have you both in here for a
It is,
change.
man. Feels good, dude. Feels right. Just
Feels like home.
feels right. All is right in the world.
I had a listener tell me they had a theory about because I guess Ben has, according to them, dialed back his contributions on the microphone. Their theory was he doesn't watch the games, and so like he's not, contributing to the level he used to. So it would be nice to see Ben back in the fold today.
I'm not trying to start off with like shitting on Ben so quickly.
Just give it to the end of the theme song.
Yeah. I'm trying to give it at least 5 minutes.
It's like I haven't seen my boy in a while.
I don't know, man. Because the last time I recorded here, I was by myself,
You're alone. Yeah,
which was
the most awkward episode.
it was painfully awkward, especially like the first 5-10 minutes.
I thought you did a good job. Yeah, the first you find your feet a little bit, but then
Yeah.
you get there.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it wasn't bad, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, the first 10 minutes or so was a little rough.
You figured it
It
out.
was hard, dude.
Well-
It's hard to like. You're used to bouncing off of people, like.
Well, once you got into the reading of Twitter and started interacting kind of, not necessarily in a live way, but,
The easy parts. Like,
yeah.
reading
And-
people's questions and
Yeah,
answering
read
them.
people's questions and answering them, you did great,
That's all
So,
you need. That's why we need your help for lightning round. It eats up so much time.
Yeah.
It's the best.
It helps us.
Yeah, I thought you did.
Because
well.
by the time we're recording this, it's like midnight and our brains are fried.
Oh god,
One from drugs, the other one from working.
it's not drugs. They're not drugs. What are you talking about? It's my
Medicine.
medicine. Yes,
Sorry.
it's my medicine.
My apologies for my ignorance.
You're offending me and my people.
Your medicine.
Thank you. This is a religious experience I have. How dare you?
You're part of the Rastafari.
Yeah, I do. I celebrate 420 like a holiday. Like that's the only religious holiday I care about.
Is Chris admitting he's celebrating Hitler's birthday? Is that what?
no, I was doing paperwork.
Did you not know? Jamaican Hitler's birthday.
Jamaican Hitler's
Yes.
perfect.
That's on
Ah, so
420.
perfect.
Exactly.
Oh god.
I was doing paperwork and I had to write the date on 420. I just smiled. I know Tucker's going off today.
Yeah, I don't think I really smoked this year. I have had some previous 420s where it was like genuinely concerning levels. Just the length of time more than anything. But no, I think this year school's changed all my shit. Like I can't just smoke for hours on end on a day off.
When's the last time you actually smoked like a joint?
2 days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you seem more
Wait,
like just
when was the Galaxy game? I've smoked 2 in the last 2 days.
Okay, because you seem just more like you're into the vaping now, and
All things being equal, I'll smoke flowers. Like if everything's on the table and I'm good to go, I would prefer flowers. The pins are just easier. Once you have kids, it's so much easier with a pin where you're like out a window and you're
Yeah.
done. It smells like cherry or it smells like strawberry or whatever. But like in the summer when the kids were gone, oh my
Like-
god.
it smells like a skunk ate a strawberry, and then like shat it all out.
And then smoked a joint
And
over it.
that's what it smells. It doesn't smell just like cherries,
Yeah.
though.
No, it's like I like nice skunky fucking weed.
Someone's walking by, I'm like, oh man, it smells like pomegranate. Oh no, it smells like a skunk just shat himself too.
If someone walks in front of my house, I want them to fall asleep from the smell coming out of my home. But yeah, if everything's equal, I'll smoke flowers. But yeah, pins are cool. Edibles are cool. Edibles are really nice. I had when I got my teeth taken out, my wisdom teeth, because I couldn't smoke because you're not allowed to like inhale You
Yeah.
can't like suck in.
And then you can't really like have solids for a while.
Yeah, so I got an edible drink, like a pop soda.
How are we going to go back this road again?
Oh, should I tell the story?
No, I'm just we talked about like what 5 episodes ago about edible liquids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was actually the name of the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, right, fair enough. But you understand. Like I had that. I really enjoyed those. Those are nice. So I don't know. Yeah, pens are convenient. You
I just
take
thought
them with
since
you.
I always see you with like the pen, like that was the whole thing.
Well,
So that's why I was
the real
wondering,
thing
like-
to take from that is I'm always smoking weed.
Yeah.
But it's like if I'm at home, and like everyone's turned down and I got some time, like I'll rather smoke like actual. I got one right now called
Why
I
though?
think Mongo Kiss. Why?
Yeah.
I think I always feel like I get a more complete high through flowers than through a vape pen. Vape pen is more of like it relaxes me and there's less like stress and anxiety. But as far as like thinking of myself on a different level, or like over analyzing, getting into like nitty gritties of thoughts in my head.
Wouldn't like the vape pen be better for you than like?
Why?
I would think you're just smoking like a joint. You're just inhaling
But it's like a
ash and
bigger shock hit. With the pen, it's like I can get to a decent like psychotropic stone level on a pen. It just takes more. It takes, even though it's weird, because even though it's a drastically higher concentration, it'll be like, I think I got one for Erica, it's like 93%, versus some flowers you get like 18, 19, 20%. It's like the most educated I've ever sounded about any topic in my life.
well, that's you and every single pothead.
Yeah. Oh, it's the only thing It's the only thing worth really learning. Everything else is, you pretend
And then
to know.
and then it's like solve this math equation. It's like what?
Yeah. What's the first? Well, that's the thing with math. I
sorry.
tried studying
Maths.
maths. I tried studying stone and I tried studying sober, and like they were both pretty much the same. And it really, for anything, it highlighted to me like how little I actually understand the math that I'm doing. It's like I can smoke or I can do it straight. They're both the exact same.
I feel like you would get maths more, like under the influence.
I did have.
Like it would make more sense.
I had one night where I did. 'cause
Why you have to find the variable of x minus a1.
or shit like f of x, where it's like f, this is the answer to f if x meant this, and it's like, well, why not just ask me to do that one? Like, what's the point of the anyway?
Chris is like Pythagorean could suck my dick.
Oh, he absolutely can straight to the base, like dude, all of them. None of it's necessary. That was the thing that always bothered me. It was always shit where when you were in school, they're like, one day you're gonna need this. The only way you're ever going to fucking need this stuff is if you have to take this class at 32 in college. It's the only time anyone ever needs any of this stuff in their life. It's all meaningless. It's all nonsense. I'm so close. I have 7 days left. I have 7 fucking days left, and I'm done with this class.
So you said you were
I'm
gonna
so ready.
to reveal something.
Something life-changing that's
Yeah.
ruined my life. I started playing Top 11. I started playing a new soccer
So
game.
it was a football manager.
Yeah, it's not. Well, it's not. That's the thing. It's not Football Manager. Football Manager, I have to be at home to play. Top 11's on my phone, and I take it with me.
That's the one with Mourinho on the cover, right?
Jose Mourinho is all over the game.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's you can see all these like poses that it looks like they superimposed his head on someone else doing the poses because he so couldn't be bothered with the game.
I mean, he's got plenty of time now, though.
But it's so addicting. Like I have to build out the stadium grounds and like the youth training grounds and medical facilities and utilities for like you control all of it like you're the owner of a team, and it's mobile. So I can go everywhere playing this game where I'm like,
Because you have so much time on your hands, man. You just
I have none. It's all it is it just takes the little bit of time I have.
That's why
I know.
sarcasm.
I know, but it takes like I'm almost like Clash of Clans now, where I'm waking up at like 3 a.m. Well, I wake up at 3 a.m. anyway, but I wake up at 3 a.m. because Damien needs to eat or he's got change or whatever,
You'll be all right.
and I'm like, I look at my phone to see what time it is, and it's like, oh, your bleachers are done. I'm like, oh, fuck, I can go back to
Can
bed.
you name the stands? Like,
No, well, so far for where I'm at, because I'm like level 9 or something, relatively early in the game. I can rename the state, like the whole stadium, but that's it. It doesn't let me do like, but I also don't really have stands. It's like my team owns a park and we drawn lines on it, and there's like some chairs over in the left.
it's like so there was a time when I visited my my stepdad's family in Honduras, and the line of the field was like made out of rubber tires.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I played on some real dirt, real nice and poor.
If we played on some dirt fields here in Long Beach, like
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah.
Is that glass over there?
that and like a shotgun shell.
Yeah.
Like,
But if it's like it's Football Manager on my phone, and you've seen how I've been like playing Football Manager and the level.
it's
of
like an
addiction.
extended version of Football Manager where you actually can like do other things other than like worry about the finances. You actually build stuff.
You can make decisions to build stuff.
It's like SimCity.
in
with
Football Manager, you have to get really far. You have to get really, really far in the game to have like sweeping control. Where you're like, I want them to expand the stadium. They're like, absolutely, you're gonna do it. It's difficult. It's doable, but it's really, really hard. In this game, you're like, oh, we've saved X. I have to, make sure I allocate X amount of money so that we can build up this one part of the team or the section of the stadium because we're hosting a final in X amount of weeks, and I want to make sure we get the biggest ticket revenue possible. It's like going through all again something I absolutely don't need.
Nah.
Like just definitely something I don't need, but I also can't stop playing it. So I don't know. We'll see where I'm at next week.
Yeah, I've been trying to find some like mobile games too because
That's how I got started.
I'm kind of over like the whole Pokemon Go stuff. Like I'm not into it anymore.
I play every day.
No, I know. I mean, I do like the daily task or whatever,
Mhm.
and like then so I play for like 20 minutes a day.
I get addicted to things really easily.
Yeah.
Like I get it, and usually I burn out on them, but I haven't burned out on Pokemon yet. And don't start playing top. Like the reason I wanted to bring it up is if anyone else is interested in playing top 11, let me know. I will hit you with a friend request first.
Oh,
then
so
I get shit off of this.
Oh, so you can actually
It's like
share
a
things?
pyramid scheme's down. Like if I get you into the game, I'll get some money. I'll get like in-game money, and then as you continue to play and level up, I just like keep earning off of you. That's my understanding.
So you're like the Herbalife of Football
Yes,
Manager.
that's- I
Or
mean,
what is it? What is it called?
Top 11.
Top 11.
So yeah, if anyone else is interested, like let me know before you sign up, and I'll send you a link so I can get some.
I'll
shit
get
out.
into that, dude.
Oh god, but I don't want you to. You have.
We'll be the city group of Top 11.
I love it. I'm gonna send you an invite.
I'll
right
start
now.
my team in like New Zealand.
There you go. Well, I don't know. That's the thing. I made my original like this team months ago, and then stopped playing the game, and so I just got back into it. And I'm like, oh shit, I've got all this stuff, but you like set up training and all this. I love it.
It's gone the way of like RFK, like raccoons are just running around everywhere.
It's gonna be sad. Like
Parts of the cement's like just falling everywhere.
Away Days is gonna hear their advertisement. And they're like, it was half the length of this asshole talking about top 11 for free. What the fuck?
Nah,
But
it'll be all right.
I'm just trying to get something out of this.
It'll be all right. Benjamin, what's been going on with you, man?
Nothing. Just dealing with life,
Do you
Work.
play top 11?
That sounds. I don't know if that sounds good or bad.
Yeah, no.
That's definitely. He's married.
We'll
it's
go.
bad.
We'll go into it off air a little bit, but yeah,
Oh,
this is, everything's good.
You
So,
sure?
Yeah.
Is there any part of it you can talk about now?
No, there's nothing.
You don't
we
wanna talk
about on
Like
air.
I feel like I want to go over there and just give him a hug.
Is
real
it
quick.
is it hug worthy?
Maybe. Like I said, we'll talk about it off air, and if it's something that if
I'll
it's something that needs to go public in the next couple of weeks, we will.
Tuck. If
you know.
if you want to go through
sure.
the back, I'll go through the front, man.
Are we raping Ben?
Loving Ben.
Oh, well, that's not the same thing.
I know, but I'm loving Ben.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm loving Ben. Love you, Ben.
I feel it, man. I
You
feel
most certainly.
We'll
will.
dock together. We'll be all right, man.
Oh, this is like down and negative now.
So if you're listening to us on this fine Tuesday night on youtube.com/Riot Squadcast, go ahead and click that share link. Share with your peoples. Bring them in so we can talk to yous while you're talking to them.
yeah. Are you guys reading? Are you guys following the live chat today? I'm not.
I don't have my laptop today, so
So Ben, you got to do some production work today.
yeah,
Get
Ben, you
in
got
that live
to be our
chat.
YouTube guy. But if you guys do want to call in too, because the phone lines are open, hopefully, Benjamin. Nope.
Not yet.
Okay, well, never mind. Don't call.
They're opening.
Soon.
Are they opening?
They will be open after we play the calls.
Oh,
Okay.
I like that. Now you're like,
So
fucking
we got a set time.
steady that shit.
I like that. All right, well, I guess let's just go into Lars news then, yeah?
Mars News. This is Mars News. It's not real news. This is just Mars News about stuff and things we want to talk about. Mars News. This is Mars News.
All right, so nothing's really going on right now. I mean, straight up. Game is on Friday, but we'll get into the Orlando game a little bit later in the show. But it's a Friday, so the viewing parties are going to be probably few and limited. But always check either Lars or Angel City Brigade for their socials. They always post up like a bunch and wherever throughout the city they're going to be at.
And usually Tucker does a pretty good job of retweeting stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I mean, follow our socials. Riot Squadcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Excuse me. And then 138C is still open. I remember you guys talking about last time. Did we?
Heard
We
over
definitely.
150.
It's definitely not going through next year and the years following. So that was not the.
Oh, that's
that
right.
was
We're
not
gonna
the
do it
bet.
in perpetuity.
Yeah, that was not the deal. The deal
So
was
what
until
was the deal?
it was until they shut the products were sent out. Or I think it might have been all year. Might
I
have been throughout the
think we
year.
agreed for all year.
I think it might have been throughout the year.
I want the option with the most.
Because if we get close and I got to buy like 10 memberships or whatever,
What, and, like
That would be the dumbest thing
he
to
would
spend on.
be genuinely investing his own money in you getting punched in the dick.
That could have been hundreds of dollars you could just like spend on a charity,
well,
Nah, this is charity.
yeah.
This is my happiness.
like starving
Exactly.
kids.
Do you realize how happy it
There's
would make everybody?
millions of dogs and cats
Oh,
that don't
no.
have homes.
Oh, I did. Everyone in Lars and everyone in the world is going to be thrilled when Ed brings home a chubby little baby boy. It's coming.
And,
It's coming soon.
and here's the thing, man. It's not going to happen with Cosmos. We're going to have to think about something else.
I hear both Cosmos are still working. I read
Cosmo 2 is pretty much in full, like,
I read a theory on the Twitters that depending on the shoes that you see Cosmo wearing, can determine which of the Cosmos is working.
we've had it on good authority because, we know the guy.
Yeah.
But he's not been in the country. So it's definitely been Cosmo 2 for a long time now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. Is he coming back?
Oh, yeah.
What if we get Hot Dog Girl to punch you in the balls if we can't get Cosmo?
Sold.
Is she even, like, of age?
Is there a legal age to hit a man in the dick?
I mean, I wouldn't want to be like, hey, 16-year-old, touch me. Like, that'd just be
She's not
weird.
fucking caressing your dick.
I'm pretty sure getting punched in the dick is not come caress.
Why can't
I mean,
you-
hey, you know what?
You don't,
whatever
you
you're
don't,
into,
whatever you're into,
whatever
man.
you're into,
Why are you
20
shaming?
2019.
Why are you shaming? Don't shame.
Get you a flag. She can kick in the dick.
She has to scream the line, though, from King of the Hill.
I don't know you.
That's my
Like,
purse.
that's
I
my
don't know
purse.
you. That's the only way I'll
So
agree to that.
so if we can get her to agree to that, you're in.
Me and Hot Dog Girl are like, we're cool, though.
Then you shouldn't have to worry.
No, we're
Then you should.
homies.
But if
Homies,
you're homies,
homies don't kick other homies in the dick.
then you shouldn't have to worry. You should be able to agree to
Mm.
it. Should be, but
It's,
trust is it.
hey, I put a ring on this finger so
Wait,
that
wait,
only
wait.
one woman touches my dick, okay?
Fair enough.
Jamie Bacon has volunteered to do it.
No.
She's too strong.
No, I've known her for like 2 seconds. I want to have someone I trust to caress my ball sack with their foot.
Amy will do it.
I'll let Amy do it.
You let Amy kick in the dick?
Yeah.
That seems fair. After all the years of torture.
By the way, shout out to Amy for buying me a couple pins from Hogwarts, the Universal Studios.
What, she brought you like the Galaxy ones? Or
No, that was from Disneyland.
Hmm.
But no, she got me a couple pins from
I started collecting
Hogwarts.
pins now. Like, I got way.
Oh, and then Big Tony got me a couple from his like work because he works for like I don't want to say I don't give him his work. Never
There you
mind,
go.
I don't do that. But thank you, Big
good,
Tony.
Good catch though.
I
I,
know,
like
right?
that. He's growing into
Thank you,
it.
Big Tony. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. That's
You're all
really
the
cool.
best.
I know. Thank you. But yes, you can go to Riot Squad, LARiotSquad.org. There is a picture of like a Uncle Sam where you can go and click and sign up for the 138C membership. I think it's like halfway there. I haven't got an official number because we've asked the last couple of weeks and we haven't got an update on that yet. But I'm sure if you want to, we'll try to get you a number by next week. We'll try to get you a number by next week.
Groovy.
But yes, while you're online, go check out our website, RiotSquadcast.com, where you can find not only, we'll talk about it a little later, speaking of Jamie Bacon, but she's been doing some write-ups for us on the website. You can go check those out, Slice of Bacon. You can also buy our t-shirt, $25, free shipping. All you gotta do is pay for the tax. It's like an extra $1. Go buy
We
it.
don't control that. That's
And
the
it's-
man.
Yeah, you
We're,
got
we're working on that. We're doing our best.
I ain't trying to get in the way of the government and his money.
Nah. Get rid of audit the Fed.
Yeah,
That's the thing, right?
taxation is theft.
Yes. Without
Representation.
representation.
Yeah.
One of them.
Taxation is gentrification. But yeah, and then
We're
you
gonna
can.
be big with the libertarians this week.
That's one
I
way.
say, yeah, we are
I
right
know.
there.
That's one way of supporting us, and we really appreciate the guys who've gotten the shirts. And Ben, there is some people.
People
out
are getting
for
fucking hot at you.
out for your head, dude.
Dude, I know.
But we're working on those guys, so sorry for the delays on those shirts. But yes, that is one way you guys can help and support us. Another way is to go to patreon.com/RiotSquadcast. sign up to be a patron. It really helps us out. We do have the 2 levels still available, the $5 level and $10 level. With those, you get extra perks like extra episodes. There's special merch for the $10 and up levels. We've been trying to do like at least once a week, if not like a couple times a month, where we do like an extra like 30 to an hour of an extra episode. And it's like, our bants, we just talk. It's not really soccer related, but it's fun.
It's the fun. It's the lulls.
But it is a way of helping us, with like cost of like doing the show and all that stuff. And we really appreciate that. And for all the people who have helped out so far, thank you guys. We really appreciate that. We need to get with those people who got the what was it? It was the Kobe Jones, or which one was the viewing party one?
Presumably Landon.
I think it was Landon, right? Wait, I don't remember.
It doesn't matter. It
But anyways,
absolutely doesn't matter.
If you've signed up for those, let us know, because we got to get you guys your viewing parties, your personalized viewing party.
It is Landon.
It is Landon, right?
I miss Landon.
I know. Those are good days.
I watched a lot of clips with him recently. It was like, fuck, man. Like 2002. I was going through Galaxy history. Are you done? Because I'm gonna go into something else.
I mean, Riot Squad, RiotSquadcast.com, Patreon.com/RiotSquadcast.
Boom. Period. I was doing like the Galaxy history, and I was going through, Galaxy history's like video collection, and through 2002, and it's so weird now. I was while we were driving up here, or while I was driving up here, I was thinking like, what my favorite Galaxy goal would be. Like what's the one that immediately comes to your head? And I look at them,
like if someone says, "Hey, what's your
pick one
of your favorite all time?"
But like, I look at them so often now.
I don't know if you could think of mine.
Your favorite Galaxy goal of all time?
Yeah. If you try to guess mine.
Ooh, can you give me a window of time?
2008.
2008. Edson Buttles hat trick against San Jose.
No.
I looked at that yesterday.
I think it was 2008. Might have been 2007.
Beckham's Kansas City.
No.
I don't know.
It was one Mr. And we'll talk about it a little later. But what's coming up? But Mr. Kleinaldo and his bicycle kick.
Fucking Superliga final against Pachuca. Yeah, that's fair. That was 2007.
Was it 2007?
Yeah, 2007. Okay. That's fair. That's a damn good one. I always default to Landon's goal against Tally Hall in the MLS Cup final. But like, the whole thing was. Like,
I mean, obviously, all the MLS Cup goals are the ones going to be top. But
I was going through. I was just going through all those clips, and I was looking at videos of Landon in 2010. I was just like, fuck, man, I miss that guy. Like, we're never gonna be able to replace 2010, like 2009, 2010. Just like small, fast, and angry and loving to score goals. Landon Donovan was the best. Sorry, that was my own small little cut to the side for the day.
Benjamin, what would be your favorite all-time Galaxy goal?
Outside of MLS Cup goals?
Yeah, I would say outside MLS Cup
Not
goals.
counting MLS Cup goals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not counting MLS Cup goals. I mean, it's hard to not pick Zlatan, right? Is that hard to not pick that?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't. I guess I could see all time. I mean, that's
special.
I'm never going to repeat something like that.
Yeah, it was special in the fact, in how he scored, and it was special who he scored against. And It was just special everything he did. So
I do keep defaulting to Beckham's goal in open play against Portland in 2012.
Oh, the one where he just stares
where he
down.
just runs and he fucking blasts, and I guess mostly it's for the celebration where he just stares him down, and then he gets the free kick.
That wasn't the one where he just stood with his arms out like that.
The Jesus
Okay.
pose, yeah.
Yeah.
I love every part of that. And then Janino.
Was that like the 5-2 beat down or what?
Was it 5-2? It was bad.
I think it was 5, but I can't remember if it was 2 or 3.
I don't remember, but I think let's say it's 5-2. And then Janino's rocket against Seattle. Always fun.
Off the post.
Always fun. Yeah. Always fun.
All right, man. That's all. Jesus, Chris.
Everything's fine.
Everything's falling apart.
Everything's fine.
Just like the 2019 LA Galaxy.
Boom.
Boom, son.
Transitions. We have them.
Let's just talk about it, man. It's such the shit show that was this past weekend. I mean, what can we say that hasn't been said already on the explosion that happened on?
What is there to say, man? I mean,
to a point. Looking for a positive, I thought the crowd was great. I thought for being a Sunday night for a bunch of people who had chosen to miss at least a portion of Game of Thrones, But hey, take it for what it is. Attendance is going to be hit on an event like that. 19.3 million people watch that, some such.
Oh, I mean, and that contributed with Zlatan being suspended 2 days before.
Oh no, I'm just looking for the positive. The crowd was very into the game, which is great. For everything else, I mean, God, it was a woeful game. It's terrible. 13 shots inside the box, and like never really felt like. I mean, we should have scored over and over and over and over and over again. But just there's nothing outside of that guy. That's it. It's it. As far as looking for a goal is concerned, as far as, Lord forbid you go down. Lord fucking forbid we go down in the game. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of times not there to score, and we played as if he was standing there.
Yeah.
We crossed the ball 1,000 times in the box.
I think that was my major issue with this game, is that you're playing the guys who, let's be honest, are like 5'7", and a guy who's like 5'2".
Yeah.
As your main points on the attack, and you cross the ball in, 30 times.
Yeah. I guess technically, at least from what I saw, Boateng, for a lot of the game, it seemed like he was playing up as a forward. He was listed as the left winger, but like they were crossing the ball into him over and over again.
There was majority of the time where he was your lone striker.
He's the guy up there.
And you're like, what is going on? And you have a guy like Pontius who, he would be better as that focal point up top.
If that's how you're going to play.
If that's how you're going to play. And you've proven that this is how you're going to play. You're not playing on the ground. You're not playing your tiki-taka.
That's the lineup you should play if that's the style, if that's the way you're going to attack and the way you plan on coming out. That's the lineup you should play.
I just don't get. We saw them play without Zlatan.
Yeah.
We saw them win. We saw them win a game without Zlatan. The way they played against Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Away. It wasn't even home. It was away. How do you not play that style again? And you have better players on the field with Fabio. We'll see. I guess to be determined.
Well, you had Alessandrini then. I mean, forcing him into the lineup and factoring him into the starting 11 probably going to change how you play a little bit. And you're playing a better team. Like you're lining up to play a superior team in Minnesota than you played in Colorado. But Colorado, I mean, they have 5 points and 3 of them came off us. Like they're the worst team in the league by far. And you have no positional play. I mean, it looks like you have no positional plan. There's no plan B. If
But that's what seems weird that there was this happened. This has been proven before that we didn't need Zlatan as. Let's be honest, a terrible team.
Colorado,
not in Colorado, but Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean they're better than Colorado, but yeah.
Oh, they're definitely better than Colorado, but that exactly is. You should at least play to that level.
Yeah.
So there seems to be, I don't know, there seems something behind the scenes maybe. Like it seems maybe like, obviously confidence is going to be low.
Yeah.
But this is a game where you beat the worst team in the league. Like what was it we were saying? They need a shellacking. They needed
a beating.
They needed to put up a number. Exactly.
The number was 0. Yeah, I mean it's. So
if Zlatan's there, does it make a difference?
Absolutely. If Zlatan plays, we win that game. I don't think that's. I haven't seen at least anyone online seem to question that. I think everyone's kind of on board with Zlatan plays, we win that game.
Zlatan plays that game, we win 4-0.
I mean, it was we could not score. It was. I was talking to Tracer. I was sitting up by the Buena Vista Social Club, and I'm talking to him during the game, and it's like as we kept missing these chances, you just go, one of these are going to go in. Like from Colorado. Eventually, one of these are going to go in because we're begging them to score on us. We're doing everything in our power to throw the game away. If Colorado wasn't so bad, we would have lost the game 4-5-0. Like because we were good for 0, for all the shots, for you even look at the hot sheets. We're pressed up high. We're doing everything you can do. There was just no one there to actually finish.
Pretty much every category except for goals.
Yeah.
We led in every category.
And it's 14 shots inside the box should tell you, hey, they're getting some service. They're getting the ball in there.
Just no finishing.
It's just the people on the end of it can't really do anything. which to your earlier point is, if you're going to play that way, play Pontius. If you're going to lob the ball in the air, don't ask Emma Boateng. I think won 3 aerial duels in this game. Why? Like, how often do you have to cross the ball into him for him to have won it 3 times? Because he's not naturally that guy in any other position he ever plays in. If he's playing on the right or the left side, he's not winning 3 aerial duels. He gives up on most of the balls in the air. But they set him up to get murdered over and over again.
I just feel if you're gonna use your same tactics, you're gonna pretty much keep your same lineup that you did previously before they did the 5-3-2-1 or whatever, or the 5-3-2, whatever. Put Pontius in that position as your guy leading the attack up top, because he's the most suited for that job out of all the players you have that are available.
Yeah. Well, I didn't understand starting Ethan Zubak for Galaxy 2 and then playing him 90 minutes in a game where you know Zlatan's out. You know Zlatan's out, and your best bet is that Pontius is going to score a goal, because you can't really bet that anyone else.
Believe they knew way before the official statement came out.
I told you, man. The whole reason they didn't announce whether Zlatan was suspended or not. Game of Thrones is ending on Sunday. The Galaxy have a game at 5:00 on Sunday. The same day, I mean, it's Sunday. Crowds are notoriously pretty bad. The same day, the biggest show. I mean, biggest show. We'll say in the last 10 years.
In the last 10 years,
at least the biggest finale since Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
That show is ending. All these crazy amounts of people are going to stay home and watch it. MLS is giving them a couple extra days to sell some tickets. I mean, I didn't care. I went and got tickets after they announced the suspension, because I think StubHub dropped down to $8 a ticket.
Yeah, there's like $9 tickets.
Because they're inevitably there are some people who go to the game because Zlatan is playing, or because they want to see him, or they think it gives us a better chance at a win, whatever. But if you bought a ticket on Thursday,
and Colorado's not going to get you to be like, yeah, let's go.
But if you bought a ticket on Thursday because you expected to see Zlatan, you should be pissed. You should be a little pissed. And not you're a bad person because you're going to a game.
First of all,
I don't like them.
Fuck those people.
I don't like them. But they would have an argument, because they're sold on, well, he's probably going to play. And they're obviously, the ticket rep's not going to tell them he's not going to play. That doesn't do anything to serve their business. But it at least very much looked like MLS was giving the Galaxy some time to sell tickets. What was that? Fucking Ben, man.
They couldn't hear it. Only you guys could.
Aliens, bro. Aliens.
Sorry, Ben's knocking his mics all over the place.
And you saw Colorado. They played pretty much the same style, just long ball.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a guy in Kamara who is a tall, speedy guy who can actually play those. You have Emma Boateng, who is 5'0", and you're hoping he can do a job that a 6-foot player is going to do.
Yeah, because they played as if Kai Kamara was on our team. They don't all look
funny,
alike.
because we had a whole Kai Kamara argument the last week.
Yeah, and someone commented on that. They were like, "You don't think Kai Kamara is worth $1 million?" And I'm like, "That's not what we're saying. That's not the point. He's worth $1 million. He's worth more than $1 million to a lot of teams in MLS. He's not worth $1 million to a Galaxy. That's not the way we operate. That's how players like AJ and Sean Franklin. That's how these people price themselves out of being able to stay here, whether you agree with that or not. That's how they end up pricing themselves out of a roster spot here, because we can't afford to pay you. We can't afford to pay you $300,000.
There's a reason why Jossie Zardes is a DP player in Columbus.
Correct.
And not a DP player in LA.
100% correct. There's a reason Mike McGee was a DP player in Chicago. And as great as Mike McGee is, if he's coming to the Galaxy, he's not going to be a designated player.
No.
It's not the way it works. It's the reason Juan Pablo Angel had to get shipped out so goddamn quick, because they tried to sign him non-designated player, and he insisted on being a DP. So when you can't score the goals that we need to score, you're going to go play for Chivas. You're not at that age, you're not a DP here anymore. So, to that point, to that guy.
Let's talk. I want to talk legit. What has been going on with him, the last 2 months?
I think he's, I think he's figuring out new responsibilities. This is the first time, at least with the Galaxy, he's played in a 3 center midfield, pairing, grouping.
Right.
So I still think he's figuring out his positioning. Joe Corona hasn't been great either in a lot of games.
Who scored had him as our top midfielder?
Yes, he was our top midfielder for this game. He had a great game. He had 6 long balls and 5 of them were accurate. So he only missed out on one long chance. Typically more so what you're expecting from Jonathan, who didn't have the greatest game in the world. So it was nice to see Corona kind of pick up that slack. But
you give Jonathan a little benefit of the doubt because he's coming back from injury.
I assume that guy is going to figure his stuff out. Like if he has a bad game or two, he's going to get a pass.
Yeah, of all those three, I'm like, oh, he's good.
He's the one I trust to bounce back.
Exactly.
But Leget's figuring something out in a new midfield grouping. Corona has had some questionable games figuring out his new pairing and his new grouping. They all still kind of play off each other. Leget will have a good game when Corona has a bad game. Corona will have a bad game when Leget and Jonathan both have good games.
But I feel more often than not this year we've seen Leget have not great games.
I would say Corona has worse games more often than Leget does, but he seems to slide under the radar because he's relatively new.
And that's the thing is Leget's been with this team for 2.5 years now, 3 years, and we're not seeing what we're supposed to be getting out of him, which is he's supposed to be the attacking threat of that midfield.
But this is also the first time he's gotten, for all the time he's been on the Galaxy, this is the first time he's had a consistent run playing in the middle. And even now he's getting pushed out to the right. As soon as there's an injury crisis or concern, we're gonna use him as that utility man that plays 3 different positions.
Because we ain't got the wingers to fucking cover anything, man.
But
we got plenty of center midfielders,
and
especially now Kitchen's back too.
Inside of that, you have to temper your expectations to some point. If Zlatan spent his whole career successful with a small striker to play off of him, and then he comes here and we're playing 4-5-1 and he's left by himself, and you're expecting the same kind of production, no, there's going to be a drop off if you're asking someone to play differently than they've historically played. Even
according to Zlatan.
Even here, well, he and I have differing opinions about a lot of things. That might be the first of them. But coming here, we played Leget we're playing him on the right now because Alex Adrini's out. We've played him predominantly on the left. Now we're playing him a little more central, but we're still playing him as an attacking man. We're moving him into 5 different spots while he's getting used to some new guys with him. In the same way, I give Corona a pass. I keep giving Leget a pass. I give Jonathan a pass.
I wouldn't give Leget a pass as much as the other guys. He was brought in, and when he was brought into us from West Ham, he looked like he was going to be this guy who's going to spark attacks. Playing on the wing, he was a guy who was, getting a lot of assists. He was, he looked good. I feel like those 2 injuries that he suffered back to back really messed with him.
Sure.
Because he really hasn't looked like the same player.
He's got called into the national team, right?
Yeah.
All right. So he's doing okay.
Is he?
Yeah.
He got called. It's a 40-man preliminary roster,
and he might get cut from that. Absolutely.
With a lot of guys you've never heard of.
For anyone who I've heard of a lot of it. It's disturbing me now when these preliminary rosters come out, and I've heard of most of the guys on there. I'm like, I watch way too much soccer for the amount of time I actually have. But.
And I don't mean you. I mean like the general you.
The general, yeah.
Yeah.
For people who are against Sebastian Leget or advocating benching him, I totally understand. Any senior player that goes on a run of bad games should be available to get benched. But if anyone who's advocating getting rid of him, what are you realistically getting back? That's what I don't understand. What are you realistically getting back for however much he makes? And I can look up quickly how much he makes. But I don't understand. I don't understand what the plan there is. There's no way we get greater value out of him than however much we're paying him. I don't know. Someone else got to figure that out.
I still think he's been pretty underwhelming this season.
Sure. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I would argue a lot of them have been. Even on a good stretch. Even on a good stretch, everyone not named Zlatan or Daniel Steres hasn't been doing very well. Felcher's had his ups and down games. Shelvik mostly down. Polenta has struggled. Bingham has struggled.
So is this more of like a reality check for us then? I think we discussed it before.
Leget made 252 last year. That seems like a fair.
Oh my God, really? I thought it was more than that.
Yeah, AJ made 250 when he left.
When he left us, yeah.
Sebastian Leget is a steal. He keeps the Galaxy's name in the U.S. men's national team light. When we have no one else, I don't get it. Sorry, what was your question?
It was more just what's going on with Leget.
I thought you had sidetracked from there. No, he's figuring it all out, and we have a lot of moving pieces and a lot of people not performing. Give him time.
Do you think it's with Fabio coming in, it might be a little like, oh, or if we move him to the bench, we might have a bench option?
I think Leggett and Fabio still start. I of all the problems, Leggett's nearer to the middle.
Maybe we push him out. Maybe he gets pushed out wide now.
You can play. You can keep him in the middle. You can play Uriel Antun on the left. When everyone's healthy, you can play Uriel Antun on the left, or if Fabio feels more comfortable there, play him out on the left, play Uriel on the right, let him cut in and keep shooting if he wants to. We saw from the last game he seems to have his shooting boots. Zlatan up top, keep the midfield three the way they were. Like, it can be done. The people you want to not play consistently are Emma Boateng, like number one.
Yeah.
Based on form, even prior to his injury, the people you want to keep on the bench, Emma Boateng, Alessandrini. At least until he's healthy and shows that he can consistently go. Fabio removes the Alessandrini problem without necessarily booting Leggett. Lets Leggett get back to where he does his best business, which is in the middle, paired with Corona with Jonathan sitting deep.
But we've when Fabio got signed, he seemed like he was more of a center attacking mid than he was a winger.
It seems like he can play anywhere when asked. I've seen Leggett on the wing recently. If there is a way to avoid that, I would like to avoid it. Like
But he showed a lot more promise than he has in the center on the wing than he has on the center.
I don't know. I like so much more of what he offers going forward in the middle than on the wing if it's avoidable. Like if it's avoidable.
But we don't go through the center though. That's the problem.
We can. But we
don't.
But we can if we're freeing people up. If Alessandrini's inability
what any part of the season have shown that we attack through the middle?
I'm saying if we can get to a point where, so say Alessandrini, for example, you're passing to him, he can beat no one. Last year before, Alessandrini gets the ball 1-on-1, you bet on him to get past that guy. So then if he is crossing the ball, it's going to be a better cross than he would have right now if he was playing, because he would take 2 steps, lose the ball, or keep the defender right in front of him and try to cross around him. If you have Fabio, who at least in that last game certainly looks like he can beat someone 1-on-1, you have Fabio where you can pass to him, open it up a little bit, and then maybe you move it through the middle to Leggett, and you're not asking him to play in that attacking midfield role, maybe somewhere more comfortable in the middle. Maybe you get a little more out of him.
So, Tuck, if you see Leggett being his better position, if we're playing a 4-2-3-1, that central attacking midfielder needs to be a 10-10 guy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see Leggett being a 10-10 guy?
No.
But
I'm really hoping we're not playing a 4-2-3-1, because if we are, then my statements don't matter.
But that's literally what we're going to play. It's not going to change.
It could. I mean, we have no idea what it's going to be. We haven't seen
That's
the formation
true.
with a healthy 11.
Fuck, we've seen 3 different formations in the last 3 games.
I mean, even healthy.
But it's pretty clear that GBS likes the 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, when we were healthy and when we were winning games at the beginning of the year, we were playing a 4-2-3-1.
But we played a 4-3-3 when we were winning games at the beginning of the year. But it's all to say. I mean, none of it really matters until we see the lineup healthy. When you see the lineup healthy, then you can see the way that the manager and the coach is looking. I'm sure we're not going to consistently play 5 in the back. We're not going to consistently play 3 center backs. But where we're at right now, and with injuries and call-ups and fucking suspensions, you have to change the way that you're doing things. When strange as it's going to sound, if Alessandrini comes back healthy in the summer, or in September rather, that's when we'll actually see the way that
Let's talk
GBS
real quick. Suspensions. Zlatan gets a 2-game suspension, the same amount of games that Kaku gets for deliberately kicking the ball at a fan.
It's the same amount
and hurting the fan.
It's the same amount of games Ray Rice got for knocking his wife out in an elevator. Like,
did Zlatan deserve a suspension?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
I agree.
Absolutely.
2 games, I think that's excessive.
We talked about it. Andrew and I were talking about it last week. You move to a position for Zlatan. This is where my beef with Zlatan was coming from. You move to a position where you're begging MLS to drop a hammer on you.
Yeah, you mentioned how like he consistently saying like I'm bigger than MLS.
Yeah, it's not just a matter of getting in players' faces.
Don Garber is not going to fucking.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason.
His ego is quite big.
A man who was on a phone with Beckham telling him he needed to bring his ass back from Italy is definitely going to stand up to you. With all due respect, 37-year-old person rehabbing injuries. Like, Don Garber ain't going to take it because he doesn't have to. There's no need for him to take it. And the moment he put himself in a position to allow a disciplinary committee or Don Garber or the owners of the team or whomever. The moment he put himself in a position where he could get a heavy suspension or fine levied at him, they fucking dropped it on him.
Of course.
Because of course they were. It's what you're asking of Zlatan as an experienced player, as the guy who's been to Europe and blah, 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 blah.
As your captain.
As the captain of the fucking Galaxy. And the guy who's captained PSG and has done it before, and he's been the guy. He has to know. He has to be smart enough to know, hey, the only person to score goals outside of me is the one in the back in front of the goalie trying to stop the ball from going in. If I'm going to get suspended, if you're going to get this was my fucking problem. If you're going to get suspended, if you're actually going to get suspended, choke him the fuck out. Earn it. If you're going to get suspended like Dima would have got suspended. Like, fucking hit someone. Do something.
Earn it.
Absolutely. Actually fucking do something. Like, I was arguing with some dude online who was like, well, he didn't put his hand around his throat, he put his hand around his neck. There's a difference. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Wait, the throat's not the neck?
Hey, I don't know. But he put his hand around his neck, he didn't put his hand around his throat, and you can't tell that he squeezed and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, then that's what he got suspended for. Then that's what was worth us losing to the worst team in the league. Then that's what will be worth potentially us losing against Orlando, another terrible team.
Who was it that got like a red card for flicking someone's ear? Isn't it like recently?
Oh, I don't know.
But someone got a red card for like flicking someone's ear, and the guy went down and was like,
never heard of it.
It happened recently.
Wayne Rooney. Oh no, that's a whole different thing. Diego Chara ejected after flicking an opponent's ear. Happened earlier this year.
I knew it happened recently.
It's fucking LAFC, of course. That's why it's fucking bullshit red card.
But it's like, so you
every game every fucking game that team gets somebody.
By the way,
sent
did
off.
you see the guy who was like, "Oh, Zlatan seems to have a problem with black players"? It's like, bro, wow.
Yeah. Oh no, I saw him and I was like, I commented to him. I said, in my opinion, he has a problem with players, with opposing players, and for whatever reason, and I'm sure there's no agenda behind it. MLS keeps highlighting the black players. That's the one that gets talked about regularly because there are players all over the league who are getting in other players' faces regularly. Ozzy Alonso did it every fucking week, and there was never an article about it. There was never Taylor Twellman mouthing off about it, having a fucking heart attack. Oh, at the neck. Never fucking none of that shit ever happened. It's Zlatan, and there's a camera on him. And if they make it about black players and racism, it's gonna get blown up, and people will fucking give a shit about MLS. Fuck all those people. If he's racist, I don't know.
I mean, he did try to fight Gooch, Sean Johnson. What was the other dude?
The one from RSL, Anuha.
Oh yeah, the Brit who's like plays for Nigeria.
Yeah.
Net him on.
You guys should go on YouTube and look at all the times he got in the face of white players. I mean, just spend 3 minutes.
Literally last year, he got red carded for slapping that dude.
Yeah, but it's
It
fine.
wasn't black dude.
That was like a French guy.
Yeah.
It was like an Impact guy.
He was pretty mean to Carlos Vela, and nobody called him racist then. So I don't know. Maybe it's easy. I don't know.
Well, it fits the story, man. It's an agenda.
There you go. Because they're so sensitive. They're so fucking sensitive.
Talk about should we go back to Colorado again?
Fucking MLS. Yeah, in Colorado not letting people wave gay pride flags, but MLS super cares about people. Whatever. Dicks.
Well, there you go. Do you want to go?
I don't even know what side of the argument I'm on anymore.
All right, I'm gonna pull up Big Tony's email. Thank you so much, Big Tony, for sending those in. Really appreciate that. Well, what should have been an easy 3 points for the G's was thrown away. Everyone expected a big win versus last place Colorado, but the G's dropped their fourth in a row.
It's so fucking embarrassing.
So no points for anyone. Ben and Chris are still tied for the lead with 10 points, and Ed trails with 5. Listener predictions. Did I say everyone? Well, not everyone. Out of 39 participants, 3 predicted a draw, and 1 person predicted a loss.
Wow.
So Eric T is the only one who got the point this week with the 0-2 prediction. Luckily for the leaders, he has only played for the prediction game 4 times, and he has scored points every time. If he had played every week, he'd be leading. Eric is the only person who has played at least 4 times to have scored every time. He now sits at 5 points, 6 behind the leaders. The leaders remain Danny A and Ethan B at 11, with Walter 1 point behind, and Elizabeth, Richard C, and Ronnie 2 points behind them.
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
It's a close race. Full standings are on the website. When you go to the prediction game, it's like the link on top of the where you put in your scores and everything. But you can follow at BigTony_42 on Twitter to get reminders before every game. On a side note, yes, I didn't shut down the prediction game until halftime, and one listener tried to sneak in the prediction at 5:46 p.m. Nice try, Luis, but each entry is time stamped, so I see that it came in well after kickoff.
We should fucking ban that dude from playing the game.
However, since you scored 0 points this week, I'll count it.
Either that or give him a prize, man.
Hey,
You're not
hey,
cheating,
man, it's
you're
still
not
up.
trying.
Exactly. I mean, we all expected a win, man. It seemed like easy points.
It was easy points.
It should have been.
Should have been.
You know,
It should have been.
Even without Zlatan, it should have been easy points.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and even watching it, I mean, you look. I think we had 68% possession by the end of the game. Even without Zlatan, we should have won that game handily.
Yeah. The scary thing is we could have lost it 4-0.
You got to.
We should have lost it 4-0.
How does GBS inspire this team?
Um,
Like, what can you do to put a fire in these players' asses, man? They're not bad players. That's the thing. This is actually a damn good team that we have.
it should be, yeah. But it's a team that's still centrally focused and reliant on one part. It's you know, I'm trying to think of I can't think of if Tom Brady goes down for the Patriots, presumably they're going to be terrible. You know, I don't watch enough football regularly to get a reference. Kobe Bryant with the Lakers. When it was Kobe's team, we were terrible anyway. But once Kobe goes down, actually we won those games. Fuck, he wasn't very good.
So let me ask you this.
Near the end.
So do you think maybe this team just isn't mentally tough? I mean, they're physically exhausted. They have to be at this point, right?
Yeah, they still look tired in the game against Colorado.
I feel bad calling out their mental toughness, but I mean, you lose to the last place team after you had a week off.
A week off, and you should still be up
You're
for it
at
at
home?
least. Yeah.
The last place team.
To beat the worst team in the league.
Yeah, I mean,
To
I'm
not
sorry,
get any
you
to
really-
not get any points.
Yeah.
It's
They're
it's
fragile.
unacceptable.
They're fragile.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're and not to say it in defense of them, but if your central focus as an organization, the way you're built is around one entity, and that entity goes down, you're fucked.
But I can't believe that GBS is like that kind of coach was like, hey, and he can't motivate his other guys like, look, we need to step up. We don't have our goal scorer, so someone's gonna have to step up. Who's it gonna be?
Who's
like
the person that
I feel like
who grabs
GBS
the reins?
he has to be a guy who's gonna get people up for a game.
Well, then
He seems like a guy who will, or he would.
But even still, you would say, well, maybe he made some tactical mistakes, starting the brand new player in what should be a scrappy game from potentially Colorado, trying to get something out of it, versus the Galaxy figuring themselves out post Lawton, figuring themselves out.
You could have
without
put the G2 against this Colorado team, and they should have won that game.
again, and not to say that Zubac should have started over Alvarez, but I did not understand
At least
having
you
a
get
forward on the team.
someone who's tall. You're crossing the ball 1,000 times into the.
Anyone not fucking him a Boateng. Like, with all due respect to the man, like as a human being, with all due respect, whomever you could start, that wasn't him.
You know what happened? It all started with him like getting blown up on Twitter
Did you see?
for sending a dick pic or trying to hit up a girl on
Same thing, really.
Instagram.
Did you see there was
Slide into them DMs.
there was a girl on
Twitter.
who sent to Emma like, "Hey
I'll-
man, I will no, not suck, but she was like, I will rock your cock or something like that." Give me my press pass.
She's a hero.
But I told you, I was like, you're a fucking American hero.
One for the team. But I mean, I feel like ever since Boateng got blasted on the internet, man.
She said, on behalf of Straight for the Stands, if you want your eggplant emoji rocked, hit me up. Smile. That's a good person. That's a good human being.
That's just
Good on Straight from the Stands for getting
Right?
into some play,
That's
right?
There's a fucking scoop. Where are you at, Ben? Why aren't you offering to rock these dudes eggplants?
yeah, Ben.
Put some work in.
Damn, I know.
Be a producer and put up your butthole, dude.
Produce that balloon knot. Let's get to work.
You know, if they start winning, then we'll talk. You know,
Well, maybe they need you and
Slump Buster.
your sweet donut hole
Anything.
to go in there and just
There it is.
It's just big.
I mean, what can you say, man? It really can't get worse.
Oh, it can.
Yeah,
it always can.
From a position of losing to the worst team in the league, who hasn't until this point won a game.
No.
Who was on like an 8-game losing streak.
They come into our house and win.
And they come and win.
Outshoot us. Outshoot us at home.
Like I said, you could have put a G2 team against this Colorado team.
You probably
should have gotten a win.
Yeah, they're probably not a bunch of bitches like this team.
It has to be mental. It has to be.
It has to be.
We've seen the skill. They have the skill to win these games.
Did they remember what they did without Zlatan against Minnesota?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
He
this
doesn't
team,
listen to you.
this team was, I know, right? We spent 20 minutes
It's literally
talking
what
about
you
that.
just said.
But we spent a whole 90 minutes plus playing the way we would if Zlatan was standing there. But we played with Antuna and Boateng and Fabio, guys who are not 6'3". We spent, 90 plus minutes playing as if we had a guy who's 6'4" up top.
No. Yeah, well,
Instead of playing to these guys' strengths, you have so many of these South Americans, who you bring them in because
That's getting
they're
dicey,
supposed
yeah.
to be,
you're getting close.
technical. They're supposed to be great technical players. You've seen where you have Jonathan, who's a great passer.
Yeah.
Corona, who's been proven he's a good passer. Leggett, who's a good passer. Antuna is up and down. I mean, for sure, Boateng, you're going to get a good pass out of him any day of the week. That dude is garbage.
He almost like dumb lucked into a goal.
Yeah.
And it still didn't work out. Whatever. It's not. Look, on to the next one. That's all you can do.
Yeah, let's move on.
We just
All right,
move forward.
we got some calls
Just move forward. Don't worry about it.
from friend of the show, champion of the latest Squadcast,
Two-time champion.
FIFA, Mr. Decline.
With his
Yo, what's up, guys? It's
Liverpool?
Decline. I'm
Yeah,
fucking pissed. Losing again to Colorado. That's 4 games on the bounce without any points whatsoever. We just can't do anything without Zlatan. We can't do anything without someone who can fucking put a shot on goal. Defense is really good besides when we pushed up numbers, which led to Colorado's counterattack goal. Midfield is awesome. Got a lot of good technical players. Corona, fucking Dos Santos, Leggett. Everything's great, except we don't have anyone to fucking put the ball into in the attacking third. And when we do get into the attacking third, it's always east to west passing. There's no north passing. I'd rather not go south, but there's no north passing. There's no one trying to put in a clever ball into the top. I mean, at least Fabio early in the game, Fabio Alvarez, he looked solid. He was trying to force balls up the middle, but ever since he went out and even later on in the game, it's always going to the wing, to the wing, to the wing, and then we all get tired, and then we all just fucking just throw a cross into guys who can't fucking head, and we can't. There's no ambition when we get into the attacking third. I'd love to see Corona or Jonah just rip a shot from 25 yards out. Why not? I mean, at this point, we're not testing the goalkeeper. We're not testing the defense. We're just allowing them to sit back. We're allowing them to just absorb the passes that we're creating from the attack, and we're not doing anything with it. We just get stumped, and then we get lazy and just cross the ball into the box to someone who can't really put a shot on target. Really, it's so infuriating, and that's the shitty part about it is without Zlatan, if he decides to fly off the handle and fucking choke another dude out, or if he decides to fucking, I don't know, if he decides to get hurt or something like that, we don't have another target striker. We don't have another guy who has the goal instincts to put a shot on goal. It's infuriating. I'm pissed. Yeah, love you guys. Bye.
that was an excellent.
He's
call.
like, oh, hate this team. Oh, I'm so mad. All right, bye. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you, Ed. Your hair's pretty.
Thank you, Mr. Decline.
Great call, sir.
Your tiara's in the mail. I'll get that out to you.
And still. Yeah, it was a sad, lackluster affair, and it sucked because we brought Damien out to that game, and it was cold, and he did his best to be a good boy later in the day, and it was still just like fucking goose egg.
Yeah, I mean we discussed it. I mean how the tactics were just all wrong for this game.
Yeah, it's one I'm hoping is. It's weird to say, like, I hope it's a one-off. I hope it's
a blip.
It's a blip where Connor Casey outmanages Skeleto. Like, I'm hoping this nothing close to this ever
happens. It's just the
happens
Connor
again.
Casey curse, man. That dude was
He's here
always
to fuck us one more time.
He'd always bonus. He'd always bonus. And remember when him and Alan Gordon were like up top together?
Mm-hmm.
That was weird times.
Kick the ball in the air.
All right, we got another call out from Hotlander Dan.
Guan Guan.
Guan Guan.
What up? What up? This Dan from Atlanta. What Guan?
Guan.
Motherfuckers. Oh man, what in the actual fuck? For real. I watched the game. I rewatched it again yesterday, and I'm like, man, we had so many good chances. And Colorado is shit, dog. You know how old fucking I don't give a shit Tim Howard fucking, play for Man U. Motherfucker old as shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like all those shots
He was good.
that the Galaxy had. Oh my God. Who was that? That was Rolf Felcher who had that missed header. And then there was a couple more missed chances too. I'm like, God dang, man, like what the fuck, for real? Oh, this is Dan from Atlanta. Atlanta Dan, I don't know if I said that. Man, I put in my prediction. I thought we were gonna, blow these motherfuckers out of the freaking Rocky Mountains. Dog, Ed, Chris, Ben, all y'all motherfuckers. Like, for real. Man, that shit's annoying. That shit's 100% annoying. The Galaxy are 100% better with Zlatan. Who the hell do we have that'll score like Zlatan on our team? Nobody. Dog, there was a couple crosses from the right side where they did those crosses so many times that they got used to Zlatan being at the end of them. This was during the second half, what I seen mostly. Man, if Zlatan hadn't fucked up, bitch ass Zlatan hadn't fucked up on that shit, he would have been here. I don't know, man. That's like some diva type shit when it comes to Zlatan, for real. But yeah, I mean, we still gonna win our sixth. We still gonna win Open Cup. We gonna win Supporter Shield.
Wow.
We gonna win everything, man. Fuck LA Fried Chicken. Fuck the Quakes.
Fair.
I guess congrats on Chris. I mean, even though fuck the Quakes on some real shit, but you know what I'm saying?
Oh, Wondolowski. I was like, what the fuck did I do?
I was like,
motherfuckers. Bye.
Bye.
Hotlander Dan coming in hot.
Yeah. Fucking.
I mean, that's the worst part of it. It's just it's embarrassing.
It should be embarrassing.
It's
I
embarrassing.
hope it's treated as embarrassing.
This team went from, hey, we can win and go to first place in the Supporter Shield, and in the West, and now we're on the back of a 4-game losing streak.
But we even talked about this at the beginning of the decline. Realistically, we're looking for 3, 4, 5. We get in there for the playoffs, that's an amazing turnaround. That is a world-breaking turnaround. If you somehow finish in first, you somehow win the Supporter Shield or MLS Cup, whatever else, that is icing on the cake. What you're realistically shooting for is getting back into like a middle-of-the-pack playoff run. We're still...
Like a high spot. You need a high playoff spot.
I mean, I don't really think it's going to matter. I mean, it's not home and home anymore. It's single elimination, and we're not deep enough where we need to be to make a realistic run at MLS Cup. We're just not. We don't have the bodies. And if any game should highlight that to you, it should be Colorado. We don't have the bodies to make a long push into the playoffs, or expecting Zlatan to be able to play every single game and score every single game.
I feel like it's any time that Carrasco's in the game, you're like, oh, we don't have the personnel. We don't have the personnel.
That's actually fair. Like anytime you see Carrasco on the field, it should be like, we're probably in trouble. It doesn't matter where he's playing. Like we're probably in trouble. We're not going to make a realistic run. So
And last call is going to be our good friend of the show, and also one-time sit-in on the show, Rob the Bruce.
Ed, Chris, Benjamin, it's RTB, a.k.a. Mr. Bruce, or whatever the hell you want to call me. How you doing? A few episodes ago, you guys mentioned, or Chris, I think you said, you don't even know if I listened to the show. I listened to every goddamn fucking episode.
Happened to me twice this weekend.
Paraphrase Colonel Nathan Jessup from A Few Good Men. Anyway.
Elmon listens every week.
Wow, you guys, your predictions are awful. But full disclosure, so are mine. So, fair enough. Want to say one thing. You guys are spending a lot of time blaming the schedule. Most of the teams we're playing are also playing the compressed schedule because of the break coming up. back off of that a little bit. I think you're going a little bit too overboard. The Columbus game, awful as it was, we don't win in Columbus. Columbus to us is like it is to the Mexican national team. For whatever reason, we just don't win there. What else do I want to say? Shit. NYC game? Did you know NYC has a better road record than fucking LAFC? Fuck those guys too. But anyway, you know what? We're a pretty good team. We still have a ways to go. We're still figuring shit out. I'd rather lose now than be losing, at the end of the season, the old Bruce Arena bit. Who's to blame? We don't have Shelvick in the fucking lineup. He's only played one of the last 5 games. We need to get Jorgen back in there.
Wait, wasn't he playing?
Last thought. Episode 127, I believe. You guys missed a beautiful chance at a title. Dinosaur porn. Dinosaur porn. Anyway, out, boys. We'll see you soon.
I wonder where he was when he was screaming dinosaur porn. Like, I'm hoping it was, like, in his car.
It was at PTA meeting.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah, he let me know later.
He's
kindly been asked to.
He was picking up the kids at the kindergarten.
Yes. It's at church. He was in church.
But phone lines are now open, guys. So if you want to get your thoughts on the Colorado game or maybe this upcoming game, let us know. 562-641-5277. That's 562-641-5277. And if you're watching on youtube.com/Riot Squadcast, the number is on the screen.
To Rob the Bruce's phone call. A lack of Jorgen Shelvick is never a reason for losing a game.
Yeah.
It's probably the reason we didn't lose by more, if that makes you feel better. I actually liked Polenta playing at left back. Surprisingly, he came in and covered very well. It's nice to see that he can cover at left back and Giancarlo can cover at right back if necessary. I would say I don't think we blame the schedule too much for how we're doing. I would say we definitely talked about and covered the lack of squad rotation through the schedule.
I think that's
was the bigger issue.
I think that's what we were talking about. The biggest,
yeah, because we're now even on games with everyone. Like everyone has been playing games on Wednesday and games on Friday and games on Saturday. It's the fact that every other team around us is rotating their squad, even if they're going to lose a game or even if they're going to draw a game to get something out of it. They're setting themselves up to be able to play this crunched with all this fixture congestion. We, on the other hand, played almost the exact same roster, save for substituting a few minutes here or there, or missing someone from injury or lack of form, really. But it never seemed like we were rotating simply to give rest to these legs. I think that was more the issue.
That was the issue. I think we put. I think we emphasized that. Like, really, that was our biggest issue was.
There's no rotation.
And look, it's MLS. There's always going to be a shitty schedule.
Yeah.
I mean,
You find me the year where it was like, think of the year where you're like, man, the schedule totally makes sense this year. Like this is the one where we're going to be good. There's always something.
The MLS is always playing through World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
They're always playing through the Gold Cup. It just happens when you have the schedule where you play through the summer.
Yeah,
we're not on the FIFA calendar.
So yeah, I don't mind the schedule or even the fixture congestion. I just hope, if Leggett and Corona are having a good game, sub Jonathan out, give him some rest, and play Carrasco defensively. If same with Corona, same with Leggett if they're not playing well. If maybe Alessandrini doesn't play every minute, and maybe that's where you sub in Emma Boateng. Maybe Lord forbid.
Can we just Shelvick Boateng now? Like, let's just throw him into the ether and
disappear.
Just disappear.
The issue I would say with doing that to Boateng is
I'd rather you play Dave Romney as the left wing.
I'd be okay with that. But there isn't a natural G2 call up fix for that spot. I think that's the only thing that saved him. If it was 2 or so years ago, when we still had these kids that just took off.
Bring back Raul Mendiola.
If we still had Brian Gall on the team, Emma Boateng wouldn't be playing. Because Brian Gall is better than Emma Boateng was. He's obviously not as fast as he was, but he crosses better than he does.
What is your speed good for if you don't use it?
If you make the dumbest decisions with your speed, what does it matter?
What does it matter?
Like at all?
What does it matter?
So yeah, I'd rather play. But if we had any number of former youth players on G2, if we had Jose Villarreal, Boateng wouldn't be playing. Like he's worse than Jose Villarreal was, at least on the eye test. Like watching him play, he's more frustrating than Jose Villarreal ever was.
You know who's a player that
If we had Bradford Jameson, he wouldn't be playing. He would have fucking be playing if Bradford Jameson came back.
I'm like, you know who'd actually be really good for this team right now? Bradford Jameson.
He'd be perfect.
You know who would be even better? If Yanez was here, he'd be starting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or at least he'd be a bench option. He'd be a bench option where you could start Leggett out there. You could start Uriel, move him when necessary, start Pontius, and then move him when necessary. They're options.
Well, okay, then maybe Boateng's definitely the guy who suffers when Zlatan comes back, right? Because you move Bavio over to Boateng's side or switch Antuna to whatever side.
Mm-hmm. And Antuna can play both. He's not as like Antuna's even better at being a winger than Boateng is. He's better at being a forward than Boateng is. Like he hasn't been outstanding by any stretch. He's fine. He's an okay acquisition.
Which is so strange why he's been called up to the preliminary roster for Mexico. I wouldn't think, but they have like 1,000 other guys who are.
Yeah, exactly. Because like half the team decided they didn't want to play.
Yeah.
I think he'll end up being cut and he'll be back and he'll be fine. But he's fine. Like he's okay and he's better than Boateng. Like if there were any of those G2 left wingers of the last couple of years, he'd be gone. And then I'd be on board with you. Then kitchen him.
Hey, let's get happy.
Come on, get happy.
You know it's not bad.
We smoking, Ben? Bring that shit out.
You know it's not bad? Away Days Football.
Only ever good.
AwayDaysFootball.com is your place, my place.
Our place.
Our place for your favorite $25 mystery kit. Chris is sporting his beautiful Benfica kit.
Yes.
That he got in the mail
brand
recently.
new. Let me model this.
It is what the kids call sick.
It's lit.
It's
Ed.
lit.
They say lit now.
It's wet.
Ooh, sexy.
But it's a nice dual gray color. Oh, it is very, very nice.
Very, very nice.
And thank you to the listener who got us our Away Days kit.
I don't remember whether he wanted me to say his name.
We won't say. It's fine. But if you want to say, we'll give you a shout out on the next episode. But yes, very nice, very beautiful. You guys can get 20% off on your entire order if you go to awaydaysfootball.com and put in the promo code SQUADCAST. You can get the $25 lower league mystery kit. They also have the $40 mystery kit, which is the 2018-2019 season. So you actually get a brand new jersey from this season. Because the $25 one, it could be a couple years old or older, like the year.
Yeah, it's usually like 2
brand
years
new with
older.
tags though.
Yeah.
Just
all still brand new with tags, but it's usually like 2 years older. Yeah.
And now they actually have with the $40 mystery kit, you can actually get the bigger teams. So you can get your Manchester Uniteds and all the big clubs, quote unquote. I don't want to go Manchester United every time I go big club.
It's easy, which is, believe me, it's really weird at this point.
Yeah,
it's the big clubs like what is it? FA Cup finalist Watford, right?
Yeah. Oh, let's not talk about that game.
Well, you got there. It's all.
That's just.
It's half the battle. Can't win it if you're not there.
That's just not.
It's just different.
I would have rather have not made it.
Wow, that bad?
You didn't watch it?
I didn't watch it.
Your tweet was amazing. They're dead already. Stop.
Yeah, I said stop. They're dead already.
6-0. Oh my god. Well, they were on for like the quadruple, right?
They technically won the
quadruple.
domestic quadruple.
Jesus.
Technically, yeah, I wouldn't.
England sure sounds fun. That's a fun league.
Well, at least it's not Scotland.
Yeah. Well,
where
Rangers got within, I think, 9.
Celtic have won the treble 3 times in a row.
3 times in a row. Yes.
So for the past 3 years, Celtic have won the treble.
Nonsense.
Anyways, AwayDaysFootball.com. They have the Away Days mystery jerseys. They actually have their own apparel, so you can buy like hats, sweaters. They have stickers. They have the mystery patch, which curses into his patches. Batches of patches.
Thank you, sir.
You can follow them on Twitter at Away Days Football. That's Spanish football. On Instagram at Away Days. Please, guys, tag us in your photos when you get your Away Days shirts. We love seeing them. We always retweet them. We share them because we love seeing you guys open up. It's like a weird, like we see our children opening up like a Christmas present. It's pretty fascinating.
Speaking of Christmas present, so I'm wearing and it was, like, if you didn't want, I'm sorry. Mark Parker actually got us our jerseys, so thank you very much, Mark. You're a great man. No one is listening to this, so it's fine. And so I'm wearing my lovely Benfica.
It is it's very
Two-tone on the gray, right? And I'm going to go, if you guys vamp for a second, I'm going to get your kits out.
So I actually asked Chris
because I hit him.
I saw he was wearing his, like, oh, he sent me a picture of mine. He's like, yeah, give me a second. And then never sent me it.
Yeah.
That was like 6 days ago.
In fairness, I wasn't dodging you. Damien started screaming and I got distracted and I just never got back to it. And then I realized I could hide it because it was like 2 days later.
That is now his like official excuse for everything. Oh, Damien was screaming. I don't got to answer you.
What's the point? That's the entire point of children.
Right? Like if you don't want to, if you go into a party and you're like, oh, I don't want to get out here.
He hid them in here in a space that's like the studio's. It's not that big.
No. Ben's secret sex dungeon.
Yeah, I'm like wondering where you put them. Chris is going to reveal our away days jersey that our friend of the show, Ben Parker.
Who gets theirs first, Ben or Ed?
Do Ben first, because he's less important.
So they were all labeled by Martin from Away Days. Thank you very much. Cutting out all the potential confusion. So Ben, you and I now, good sir. You got Olympiacos at home. Oh. Bro, we're Akos bros.
Dude, this is sweet.
So now we all got Olympiacos jerseys?
Yes.
We're going to go full ultra with Olympiacos now, right?
Yeah, now we got to set up a trip to Greece.
Yeah. Oh, Ben's going to buy us a trip to Greece. Okay, cool.
That'd be riotSquadcast.com/Patreon. Send us to Greece.
It's patreon.com/riotSquadcast, Ben. Come on, you got to get it right.
Should come out there for our live show. And for Ed, you got SK Sturmgras.
Oh, what is that? Oh, that is lovely.
I told you like it. It's some like, I think I looked it up. I think it's Austrian.
See, guys, you can have this pleasure of getting your mystery jersey sent to your house. It's like Christmas morning every day.
Austrian, yeah, they're Austrian.
It's a long sleeve too.
Is it long sleeve?
Nice,
oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's
that is dope. That is awesome.
It's an awesome shirt sponsor too.
On the back it says Punta Gamer. I don't know what I might have said something racist.
Yeah, you're a Punta Gamer. Right?
Yeah. That is amazing. Thank you. Oh, this is gonna be my new favorite shirt to
That's
wear.
a new go-to.
Heck yeah.
Love it.
But yes, This is probably a terrible thing to listen to on the podcast. But yes, you guys can go to awaydaysfootball.com. Please use the Squadcast promo code to save yourself 20% off on your entire order.
Like Mark did. You can save it on the $40 mystery kit, the $25 mystery kit. If you want to buy a mystery patch and save like 50 cents with the 20% off, you can do that too. You want to do the $60 mystery, like top shelf premium? Well, no, the like, what's it? The big team one. You can take it off the big team one.
No, it's $40.
It's $40. That's it,
right?
I thought it was you're useless, Benjamin. Absolutely useless.
You arguing about something.
I like looking over at him and like a fucking deer in headlights every time.
Because we always assume that Ben's going to get us the information that we need.
Exactly. In like 2 seconds, oh yeah, find that out.
You know what's weird? And I've wanted to say this for a while and I've kind of let it go. If Gilbert was the producer, Gilbert would have had that shit ready. You know that.
I think Gilbert would have been distracted by something.
Fuck Tucker. Tucker sucks.
He wouldn't know how to work that either. I think you're right. It's $40. It's $40. That's a good deal.
Yeah, go do that. Go.
I don't need any more jerseys, man.
Go. Matthew?
What is 20% off $8? Or what is 20% off
of
$40?
It's $8. You fucked up. Goddamn Gilbert.
Fuck. Come on, dude.
Love you, Benjamin.
Yes, so Away Days.
Best Away Days commercial ever. Sorry, Martin.
Yeah, sorry, Martin.
I told you. I warned you back during the top 11.
That is awaydaysfootball.com. Follow them on Twitter, Away Days Football. And why do I say that like I have like,
I don't know.
I got my Austrian team and now I'm saying football.
Football.
And then you can follow them on Instagram at Away Days. Make sure to tag us, please. We love seeing you guys post.
And we are going to post pictures of Ben and Ed's New Jersey.
Yes. I will put it on because it's sweet.
It is sweet and beautiful.
All right, moving on. Let's talk Orlando. Boys.
We're going to lose this game.
We're going to lose the game, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to lose this game.
That's all that contribution they were talking about.
If you guys want to call in, give us your predictions, your score lines. Who do you think? Do we play Boateng up top again?
Yes, that's what we need.
Call us at 562-641-5277. 562-641-5277. We get the return. We're going to go and score some goals on Brian Perk. Not Brian Perk. Brian Rowe.
I don't know what Brian Perk is doing. That's a great name. I haven't heard that in a while.
Brian Perk is definitely someone who you find out like, oh, dude, that dude OD'd.
That's fucked up. He's only 29 years old. He is. Wow, his Wikipedia page has not been updated. He might be dead.
Nah, Burke was cool, man. We took tequila shots with him.
Yeah. The last like entry in his professional career on Wikipedia is in his first MLS appearance. Oh, I shouldn't be laughing at him. I really like that guy. In his first MLS appearance on July 4th, 2011 for the Los Angeles Galaxy versus Seattle Sounders FC, he saved a penalty taken by Freddie Montero in the first half and secured a clean sheet after the final whistle. And no one's heard of him ever since.
Wasn't he in the game for the
Manchester City?
Yeah.
He saved a penalty and he did the like Hadouken thing. And it was like, oh shit.
That dude was cool, man. We did take Patron shots with him.
Yeah, nice guy. You sound really proud of that. I don't know how to deal with
It's
it.
always weird because back those days you still had that transition of like you can interact with the MLS players, but like they were getting a little bit big time because of Beckham.
I feel like I could get drunk with any third string keeper in the league still. Like, I feel like they'd be okay with it. I don't know. I got drunk with Julian Valentine under a table once.
Well, you were drunk.
He was there.
Yeah.
I got drunk with Julian Valentine.
Exactly.
What part of that was incorrect? According to his page on Transfer Market, he's been without a club since 2016. But it's probably hard with the concussions and all that.
He's like teaching some like high school PE class, right?
Actually, reminds me, I've finished my my roster, like the jerseys. Remember, I was tracking all the jersey numbers.
Yeah.
I finished it. It's fucked up. Like there's so many little names. And so I've been working on this Excel spreadsheet of all the players for some time and
We'll get back to the Orlando
Tux,
game. Just
send that to me. Send that to me, and we'll do some sort of game with it on the Patreon show.
That's not fair because he knows all the fucking
yeah.
answers now.
That'll be more than fair.
Then I should quiz you two
All right, that works.
because you guys are. I would beat just about anybody.
Then send it to me, and we'll
So you can cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't cheating. I'm the only fucking person on the show who doesn't cheat during games. With you two.
We've never cheated. I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about? You cheated with Ben. Colluded.
No.
You colluded with a foreign entity. You, Ed, we have you on record.
Prove it.
We have you.
You have to prove it.
We have phone records of you communicating with
losers.
We're gonna build a wall.
You're all losers.
We're gonna build a wall
I'm a
between
winner.
us and Manitoba.
I'm a winner. All the things I do are great.
Huge.
Bigly.
Well done, my good friend.
All right, let's talk about Orlando. All right. They just put a whooping on FC Cincinnati over the weekend. Orlando's not been a great team, but we apparently don't beat bad teams, so...
I think they scored more goals in their last game than we did in our last 4.
That's probably true, isn't it?
Yeah.
What have we scored in the last 4 games? 3 goals?
That's fucked up. Let's see.
We scored
None against
scored
Colorado, none against New
2
York,
goals.
1 against Columbus, 2 against New York.
So 4 goals we scored.
So we have 3
3
in-
goals.
3 goals.
God, you guys can't fucking count.
Maths. Quick maths.
Terrible.
We've played Orlando 4 times. How many? What do you think our record is against Orlando?
How many times did you say?
4 times.
What are we, 1, 1, and 2 maybe?
I
maybe
I genuinely
1-2
can't
and-
pick left
maybe
or right,
1-2
so I'm
and
going to
1.
assume we played 4.
4 games.
I'll assume 2 or 2.
50-50.
Yeah, because I'm like I have no feeling left or right whether we've lost to them more or not. Like it just seems
I just
right down the
remember
middle.
We beat them last
got
year,
thumped,
4-3.
We got thumped when they had Kaká. We got thumped in Orlando. I think maybe it was like their first season or something like that. We lost 5-0.
4-0. So we beat them last year 4-3. 2017 they beat us 2-1. 2016 we beat them 4-2, and in their inaugural season they beat us 4-0. So if it's going in order, that means we're definitely going to lose this one, right?
Yeah, order or not. The order
just-
doesn't-
it just
the order
doesn't matter.
doesn't
We're just gonna
matter.
lose,
It's
right?
going to work out that way, which is nice.
So what do you think? Do we think that they change up the tactics a little bit? Do we see Pontius start instead of Boateng? I mean, what do you think?
Go hyper defensive. Go hyper defensive. Get out with a point. Like it's what we should do. Get out with a point if you can.
Another cross country trip.
Yeah.
What does that look like, though, hyper defensive? Are we talking the 5-man back line again? Because that didn't look so hyper defensive last time we played it.
It didn't work out very well. No, I mean last time we played it,
That was more of like an attacking.
it's as best you can. But I like the idea of starting Giancarlo. I thought he was say what you will about the rest of the team, I thought he was phenomenal against Colorado. If that's what we're going to get out of him going in a bad game, we should be fine when everything's clicking. Start your Polenta, we probably should play Felcher every game that we can. Get what you can out of him before he takes off. I assume Polenta's still at left back because if Traore's out hurt, anything to not start Jorgen. But if you're throwing the game away and saying that, okay, we're definitely going to lose, or we're just, we're definitely going to lose, or we're hoping to not lose, maybe you play Skjelvik and give some legs a rest.
But if you're starting a center back at left back over Jorgen, you definitely end up playing.
Jorgen seems like he might be done.
He's done.
He seems like he might be done. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if, to your point about,
or he's going to play in
potential...
that new. He's going to play in that new Interliga championship, whatever they're doing.
Well, to your earlier point about potentially there being, some rifts in the locker room. Like Jorgen Skjelvik's making $1.1 million. Like should be a locker room leader. He's a veteran of the game. Was a starter all of last year despite his form. Was a starter this year at left back. To get dropped almost completely, quickly. Like it seems like you might be done. You're more willing to start 20-year-old Traore and then Polenta as a center back over your healthy big money left back. Like that sounds like he's done. It sounds like maybe they've reached, kind of rock in a hard place.
Hopefully he's got enough pride that he leaves in the summer instead of staying all year.
He's young enough where he should be able to get another job, right? I want to say he's only 27, 28.
Can you imagine the cap relief we get though if he leaves in the summer instead of sticking out that contract?
Maybe actually bring somebody in. Maybe another forward.
Or somebody that could
He's
actually play
27.
left back.
Yeah, he's 27. I mean,
Nah,
Now, why would we do that?
you don't need it. Just
I'm just waiting for the day when we play Polenta at left back and Giancarlo at right back, and then just start Steres and Romney.
what are you talking about? Both of you assholes were talking about starting Traore like 3 weeks ago.
No,
Start Traore at left back,
I
keep
think we
Polenta in the
should.
middle.
I think we should.
well, I think he still comes back.
This is what you do when say we're good. Say we're fine.
Didn't he was like, "Oh, Traore was so good." Blah 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 blah.
He was
Now he's
good.
like,
He was good. You don't. He was
he's
the exact
young.
same
He's a
argument.
rookie.
He's good, but he's also 20.
Yeah.
And if he fucks up, which is believable and understandable, if he fucks up and he is your go-to starter, you're fucked. If
he was literally our only left back that we could.
if he's decent, he can come in for Skjelvik. He can push Skjelvik and hopefully make Skjelvik better. You just don't want. I don't want all of my eggs on Traore. I don't want on a 20-year-old who has already had a couple bad games, had Schelotto screaming at him a couple games ago. He shouldn't be the plan. He should be an option, especially in MLS where we typically kind of develop players a little bit later in life. Like I would love to see a 20-year-old who's ready to lock down a starting spot, like Matthias de Ligt at Ajax, 19 years old, as captain. I would love a situation like that. I'm not sure we have that yet.
No.
That's all.
No, I think the closest we come is a guy like Araujo, who's a teenager who could.
Who's good? Yeah. Who's very good, and he's very good defensively, but going forward, he kind of makes a lot of boneheaded decisions. So it's.
Well, we'll talk. What are your thoughts of if we're looking for top 3, top 5 spot? Why not let those guys take their lumps this year and see how they turn out next year?
I'm insanely pro that. I'm 100% pro that. Like if you don't want it to cost games, and if they look like they're going to be a defensive liability to the point they're going to cost you games, that's where you say, okay, we need to stop this experiment. But in that case, Skjelvik, as your experienced defender, actively costs you games regularly. Like Steres, who I've been hard on, has played exceptionally well this year, and he's dipped back in the last few weeks, but he's still relatively strong and took the captain's armband after Jonathan went off. He's good and he's fine, but you have certain people who actively cost you points. So it's like, well, if you're going to start Traore, I'm not advocating him being your number one starting left back, but if you're going to start Traore to the point that he's not actively costing you games, he's still a better option than Skjelvik. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want him to necessarily be the starter, but between those two, long may he reign. Like, be the next Todd Donovan. Should go forever.
Back to Orlando. What do you guys? Let's talk lineups then. Do we still go with the same 4-back?
Keep Polenta at left back. Polenta, Steres.
People seems like the real deal.
I think he's very much the real deal.
I would really like to see. I'd love to see Giancarlo and Polenta together in the middle.
Who you put out left?
If Traore is healthy enough, I put out Traore. If he's not, I throw out Shelvick in this game.
So do you trust? Because this Orlando team is very similar to us,
We have
where
to
they
play
play
wide.
on the wing. They play like wide.
And they're bad.
Well,
Just like us.
Yeah, but they apparently score goals, so they're not like us.
That's true.
We played a Sunday game. Traore wasn't even on the bench, so I mean, safe assumption he's not going to be there.
You say it's like a toe injury or something.
It's so many options to play instead of Dave Romney. Like if you're covering a left back, play Romney. I think we're going to end up still starting Polenta.
That tells you how far down he is I totally I forgot about Romney.
Well,
Completely. Put
because
Romney out there.
it's been said that he says he's a center back, and GBS and crew see him as a center back.
Yeah.
But that doesn't.
What's
It doesn't hold him from starting Polenta, who is a center back,
Yeah.
left back as well.
He would be the strangest soccer player in the world if he says, "Hey guys, the position you need someone in,
I'm
that's
good."
not what I do. The position you keep hiring people above, that's where I'm at." I mean, I've absolutely lost my starting spot. But against Colorado, we played Polenta, Giancarlo Gonzalez, Daniel Steres, and Rolf Felcher. The lowest rating of any of the four was Daniel Steres at 6.8. Everyone on the back line did well defensively. For the most part, we were sound, save for a couple of mistakes. I think in that scenario, you don't really change what's broken. Polenta got a yellow card. He's playing out of position. It's to be expected. It's going to be tougher playing a wide opponent. So I don't want to risk an opponent that plays wide. I mean, so it would be, I think it would be a bad call to risk someone potentially coming back from injury or someone who continues to make defensive lapses to the point that it's cost them their starting job. Play Polenta. He's a steady hand. He's someone you can trust defensively. And we might need some long balls to try to get a goal, and he's great for that.
So you stay with the same back four, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's your three in the middle? Staying with three in the middle, right? Your typical three in the middle.
I keep three in the middle, yeah.
Who's your wide players?
It's still Legit and Corona. I think they're still, unless something drastically changes, that's
Like
not
a midweek injury or something like that. That's nothing going to change.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to change. I don't think we see anything too drastically different than what we saw against Colorado.
Who's your wide players?
Corona and Legit. Keep Jonathan in the middle.
Your wide players. Your wide guys. Your wide wingers.
4-3, 1-2. So you have 4 center backs. You have 3 center midfielders in the middle. So my 2 wide players would either be Corona or Legit. Those are my only options. And you have Alvarez up top in the point of those 3 center backs. And you have your 2 center forwards. So everything is still relatively narrow.
Okay.
That's what I think we're going to play the same thing we played against Colorado. I think that's our try to hold back and pounce for 1 goal. I think you sub out Boateng for Pontius. I think Boateng's, I fucking pray Boateng has finally played himself off starting 11 forever.
You have Efrain coming back. Maybe he can come on as a sub.
Yeah, he came on as, it wasn't really great in the 16 minutes or so he got against Colorado, but also coming back from international duty, the travel, all the games he's played at that level, then coming into this other team with different players,
a team
playing a different
A
formation.
team he hasn't trained with for like a month
that
and
he's
a half,
been gone
2
with
months.
for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting him. He had like a long shot that got through from outside the box since Colorado. Shows that he's still got that attacking edge, wants to score, looking to score. That might be something we need. I'd rather see Efrain off the bench than Cuello. As good as Cuello is, and he's been extremely impressive in the limited amount of time he's gotten. I think development wise, if we're giving junk moments to someone, I'd rather give it to Efrain.
If you give someone 15 minutes, like
if I'm choosing 15 minutes, and
what is Cuello going to give you that John? That
he has, in fairness, he has a what was it the New York game? It might have been the Columbus game. He has an absolutely delicious ball that he plays.
It was a City game.
Oh,
because he came in and I was like, why are you bringing him in? And then he literally crosses the ball.
I mean,
and
it's this little lob, like almost right to him.
It's like a one-time like lob into the
beautiful. I mean, I'm not anti him. It's just if it's junk minutes, I give it to Efrain. But I think other than that, for the most part, we stay about the same.
I agree. I think you're gonna see this because look, if there's one thing that's been consistent about GBS is he don't change his lineup.
If it's possible, he'd like to keep within. Clearly, I mean the 4-3-1-2 was a wild new system we hadn't seen, and it's like, okay, well that's directly compensating for Alessandrini's out, Zlatan's out, like directly, and presumably something's wrong with Pontius, or we're giving him delayed minutes because tactically it didn't make any sense whatsoever to play Boateng up top.
I don't think he likes him.
I don't know what's not to like. I mean, as far as shooting
that's
the
what
ball,
we said about Romney, and he doesn't play him at all. So I mean,
but I can understand not playing. Like, given what we've seen now, going out with hindsight, playing Steres or Romney, who do you play?
Well,
if you're choosing today,
but if you're talking about like you have left back issues, and it's a guy who's played left back, and is presumably is a guy who can quote unquote play every position in the back line.
I don't disagree that Romney and GBS might have a personal issue, but I also think going into slightly deeper, going in back to the Cuello Efrain situation, if I'm giving junk minutes, am I giving it to Dave Romney, who's a couple years older and I've seen what I'm going to get out, likely seen what I'm going to get out of him, or do I give it to Traore, who's 20 years old, and maybe next year I can get rid of Dave Romney and play Traore a fourth of what I paid Dave Romney.
Let's just call it what it is. GBS hates white dudes.
He hates white.
He hates the straight white male.
He's the anti-Bruce Arena.
Yes.
You know, Bruce Arena
He's
never
like
seen
the-
it. It didn't
he
seem
was like the brothers.
the colors, man.
Yeah.
He ain't down with the chocolate. But,
Just ask Mike Randall.
Or Brady McDonald.
Or
Edson Butterwing should have got his money in fairness, but whatever. Yeah, I wonder if it's where am I going to give junk minutes? Do I give it to Romney at right back or do I give it to Araujo? Because now we're having people come through the academy that are going to make a player like Dave Romney a little more expendable. Steris has already made him pretty expendable. Traore, if he locks down left back, definitely made him expendable.
I mean, Romney's not even get U.S. Open Cup minutes.
It's nothing.
Man.
So that's what I don't understand about him saying I see myself more as a center back. And it's like, well, if you see yourself more as a center back, you also don't see yourself as a soccer player.
You're also seeing yourself out that door.
Yeah, you're seeing yourself as an FC Cincinnati player if you see yourself as a center back.
I mean that, dude.
Who else is throwing around Gam and Tam? I mean, that's where Romney is positioning himself. If you see yourself as a center back, when
Well, you just got a head coach in Bruce Arena. Went to New England.
Bruce loved Dave Romney, it would make sense. It would make perfect sense. It's actually, it seems like it would be a really good move. But for Romney, you're at a bad spot if you see yourself as a center back on this team, given the way we've spent money. Daniel Steris is playing out of his mind, and he's scraping to hold on to a starting spot. You're never going to see a grass field again if you see yourself as a center back. Like it'd be the dumbest move of his life.
His bench seat is like got his ass grooved now.
He should wake up and say, I see myself as a center forward. Like, please play me against Orlando.
I can play left back.
I can play wherever you need.
I can play left wing too if you want me to.
Whenever you need, boss.
All right, Ben. Do you have the odds for this game?
Do you really want to hear them, man? It's not pretty.
It's of course not. Go ahead.
The Galaxy.
I won't understand them either way. So
Yeah.
Well, I pulled up something you should understand. The Galaxy are
pull up your pants, man.
are underdogs.
Like that.
The odds on
Boom.
the Galaxy are 3-1. Basically, and Orlando are 10-11.
I don't know.
So basically, you have to bet $11 to win 10.
Okay.
If you're betting on Orlando, the Galaxy, you bet $1 to win 3. So that's just a straight the money line is.
So the Galaxy's favored in this game.
No, the Galaxy, no, not at all. The straight money line, the straight money line is a -113 for Orlando, and the Galaxy are a plus 286.
Yeah, we're plus 286. You stupid fuck. What's
That
wrong with
sounds
you?
better than minus
I don't even know.
186.
I still don't know whether
Okay.
we're favorites.
So when there's a minus, you have to bet that number to win $100. So if it's 113, you bet $113 to win $100. So basically, it's
On
not even
top
like
of
you're
your
getting your
bet.
money. Yeah, on top of your bet. So it's not even like you're getting even money. You're getting less than even money. That's what the negative means. The 286, you bet $100 to win 286. So the Galaxy are underdog. Or anytime in MLS when you see a negative number, that team is a massive favorite.
Okay.
So the Galaxy are big time
That's why I
underdogs.
smoke weed at. I'm not even understanding what he's saying. It's perfectly
I
fine.
really should
I just
understand more.
explained it to you.
No, I got it.
All right, so yeah.
So we're favored or we're not favored?
No, we're not.
No, we're big underdogs. Let's see, 538, which I had here somewhere. It has us at, here you go, Talk. This should be easy for you. Orlando is a 46% chance to win. The draw is 23%, and we are a 31% chance.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Why not say it that way? Just do 538 from now on.
I figure I'll end with 538. Just
Fuck
for
with
you.
all the numbers.
all
Thank
the all the other gambling degenerates
Useless.
understand the rest of it. So that being said, what do you think?
Ben needs a webpage on
Let
the
me
website.
let me finish
It's
Big Tony's email.
degenerate gambling.
Game 2 of Zlatan's vacation sees the G's traveling to Florida to take on Orlando City SC on Friday, 4 p.m. I hate that they're playing all these damn midweek games away in the East Coast, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Last year when we played OCSC, we beat them 4-3 in LA. That game, Zlatan had a hat trick and Gio scored his last goal as a Galaxy player.
Hold on. Read it one more time.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Ben, can you play like some
Some sexy music.
Do you have sexy
It's a
music?
little romantic. Just
You got any sexy music?
how do you not? You should have Luther Vandross. I reference him every other week.
Yeah,
Just
we
ready and queued up. Just some.
I mean, you even play the what was it, Mr. Phone Man? What is it?
Yeah, Telephone Man.
Telephone Man?
Ooh, fucking song for all seasons.
Last year, when we played OCSC, we beat them 4-3 here in LA. That game.
What was that?
That game.
That game.
I went
Jenny.
Yeah, I went Forrest Gump. I was trying to go like sexy, like
Zlatan scored a hat trick.
94-7 The Wave kind of.
Oh, I turned into Dr. Phil.
That game, Zlatan had a hat trick, and Gio scored his last goal as a Galaxy player.
Useful and gone.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
Orlando currently sits 10th in the East. They're having only managed 4 wins and 3 draws. They've allowed in 31 goals and currently have a negative 17 goal. 31? Is that right? That sounds way too high.
For Orlando?
No, for like, it's only been like 10 games. I guess I can sound right.
Yeah, it's possible.
That sounds way too high. They've allowed 31 goals and currently have a negative 17 goal differential. However, they did win their last game 5-1 against FC Cincinnati. In that game, forward Tesho Akindele scored twice. Old man Nani scored twice. Oh yeah, they have Nani. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And Dom Dwyer, who hasn't been scoring goals at all in 2 years, capped it off with a late goal. Sure, it was against Eastern Cellar Dwellers. Wow, that's hard to say. Eastern Cellar Dwellers.
You had it right
Cincinnati.
the first time.
I know. But G's lost to Colorado, so yeah. The G's need to watch Nani as he leads Orlando in both goals and assists. 7 goals and 4 assists. Orlando has 2 players with 4 goals each, Dwyer and Akindele. I can only imagine how nice that must be. Lots of scoring threats coming out the G's this Friday. So how bad is it going to be? Who goes first in prediction games? I forgot.
By the way, Orlando has 20 goals against, 19-4. So they have a negative 1
that's what I thought I
goal
saw.
differential. Yeah.
You're wrong, Big Tony.
Yeah, that would be-
You weren't here.
Fix
last
your
week, so
shit, Tony.
You're going first.
New England has 31 goals.
Why am I going
against.
first?
You weren't here last week.
So that's not even impossible. New England. I think you read one line. New England has 31 goals against.
Oh, so New England then.
Just crazy. They have a negative 17 goal
Get your
differential.
shit right, Tony. Get your shit together.
We're wrong regularly.
No, thank you for your emails. I really appreciate that, though.
Thank you for doing all the work, Tone. You're the best.
You the best. You the best. Fuck it, I'll go first. 1-1 draw.
Ooh, why the laugh, Benny?
I think he's high.
Yeah.
I am. Why is that bad? Well, then you go next.
I go next. I will.
Yeah.
I'll go 2-1 Orlando.
I mean, I didn't even get my goal scorer, but
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, that's fine.
Well, you're so clearly wrong. That's why.
Well, I mean,
that's why
I-
he's being rude to you.
I think Fabio gets his goal.
Okay.
He seems like the one who's actually
He was
a threat.
shooting. He led us in shots. Led us in shots versus Colorado.
And then Tesho Akindele, definitely, because that just always scores on us, so.
Yeah, he's one of those names. He's like it's why you always love when one of those names retires. What are they talking about? Some dude from RSL's getting ready to bounce.
No, you know what? I should do a loss, because that's probably what's going to happen.
Because it's not what you want or what you're hoping takes place. It's what
Yeah.
you think is going to take place.
You know what? 3-1 loss.
Damn, that's
That's a far drop.
that's a
It's a far cry
It's a
from
big swerve.
1-1. I know.
I don't have faith in this team right now, man. I don't see it changing either.
okay.
I mean, we just lost to the worst team in the league, so. And Orlando's coming off a high of like
Coke and horrors.
4, yeah. At Disney World.
I don't know if you're gonna do it. Well, you're up, Benny.
I said 2-1.
2-1. Who's your goal scorer?
I'm going to go Steris.
Big Danny Stay.
It's going to be a set piece. That seems to be the only way we score these days.
Okay. I will take a nice dull. Fuck.
Because you know this team isn't keeping a clean sheet. I
Yeah,
know, that's
do.
what I thought he was
do.
going to
I
go.
want
I thought he was
to
going to go nil-nil, and I'm like, dude, don't do it.
Ugh.
Easy 3 points, man.
It is. It's such a sweet hat trick. It's.
You already got 1 hat trick this year, man.
I think I have 2.
You have 1.
Do I have 1, Ben?
You got the.
You got 2.
I have 2.
There's
Yeah.
2?
Yeah. I did 1 in like the 3rd week.
That's why he's tied for the lead, but he's been terrible.
Yeah. Most of my games are nothing, and then like I'll get a whole
2
bunch
points,
of
3
points.
points here.
3 points, yeah.
Oh God, it's hard to see Orlando not scoring. And I've watched Nani play. Like, he seems like the type of player who would just be able to move right through us. I'll take 1-0 Orlando. Yeah, I'll take 1-0 Orlando.
I think we're all predicting losses, and we're gonna come out and fucking gangbusters.
I'll
dude.
take that. Yeah, I like when that happens.
Yeah.
I still win. But I'll take 1-0 Orlando. I think they score. I don't think it's going to be a big whitewashing. I don't think we've seen a collective bad defensive game in that way. We definitely didn't against Colorado. It was kind of more of a, you failed to take your chances and you got punished for it, which happens. But Polenta looked good. Steris looked good. Like, everyone overall looked fine. It's not, it's not the end of the world. I do think we're going to lose. I think it'll roll on for one more week. And then I think Zlatan comes back and scores a brace or a hat trick, and all's forgiven. Everybody moves on. So 0-1.
Oh God.
Still on potentially for the hat trick. So I note that potentially. We shall see.
We have such up positive attitudes on this game, huh?
Yeah, still.
Like, in the chat on YouTube, I'm seeing 2-1 Galaxy from BR Madness. It's in their name, Madness Stick for sure. Jamie Bacon has his 3-0. Isaac
win.
has his 3 loss.
These are all losses.
3-0 Orlando. Brian Rowe blocks every shot.
Brian Rowe is a beautiful man.
He's very. So I was watching a game, like random MLS game, and they were playing, and then Denise was like, "Is that Brian Rowe?" Is she like legitimately sad because like that was one of her favorite players?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, he's been with Atlanta for like 2 years now, since last year.
Brian Rowe, Orlando.
Yeah.
Is it Atlanta?
Is he Atlanta? I thought he said Orlando.
Yeah, he's
He was with Vancouver. I'm like, baby, he's been gone for like 4 years now.
he bounced around. I think as soon as Bruce left.
Yeah, it was like 3 years ago.
Um,
That's when we got rid of all our goalkeepers that year.
Oh, that's right. Clement Diop, John Kempen, who I've forgotten about, and Brian Rowe. I saw Kempen's name. I did Kempen's name.
Kempen's with Columbus, right?
And we got him from Columbus. I don't know. No, we got him from
Kansas City. I think he's with Columbus now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I know there's a Columbus in there somewhere.
Diop's with Montreal because
he's still there.
Typical.
And then
typical French.
Who was the third one?
Brian Rowe.
Yeah. Oh, and Rose with Orlando.
Yeah.
Space Cadet.
All right, moving on. Let's go to the lightning round.
Oh, I gotta fucking hold on. Hey guys, team meeting. Let's pick this bad boy back.
Pick it up.
I know we're tired. I know it's late, and I know it got really depressing. But let's, we got how much longer we got left?
Ben laughed at my positivity, so that's why I just dragged me down.
Hey, fuck Ben. Look at me. We're gonna pick this up, right?
All right.
We got last couple minutes, guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Positivity.
Squadcast. All right, yeah. Let's do it, Ben. Play it one more time. Let's go. Ow!
I didn't even get a pew pew.
We're doing it again, baby. I talked over that. We're gonna do it clean. Ben, one more time. Let's go.
Wait, this was where we're gonna do this one?
No, nobody fucking talk.
Oh, okay.
Ben, 3, 2, 1. Let's do some coke, motherfuckers.
So with all the positivity going around, on Twitter, Samoa Bob has a question, but I don't see his ass in the chat room, so I ain't asking his question.
Oh, he's gonna murder you. Just I don't want to talk. This is the thing. If you don't read it, I've got to talk about it for the next week.
Yeah.
And I don't need that in my life. You don't ever have to hear any of this shit.
Let's go through a couple more questions. Maybe we'll get back to it if we got time. All right, we got a bunch of.
Why would you highlight him first?
Dude, he didn't friggin'. He's not in the chat room. Where the hell is he?
Oh my god.
He's supposed to be here every week. You know what? Okay.
I don't know why you're starting this.
All right, Madam Serrano. If Felcher and Araujo are both gone on national team duty, is good old Dave Romney the man we started right back?
I mean, you literally have no one.
Probably.
You have no one.
Because Araujo was called up for the USA U20 World Cup.
Was he called up?
Yeah, he was called. I think he was called up today.
Okay. I know he wasn't going. There were doubts he was going to.
Mm-hmm.
But you have him being called up. You have people called up. Belcher's called up. So that's, 3 of your potential starters right there.
Those are your right backs.
Yeah.
Like
That's it.
those are the right backs. I think it has to be
It has
Dave
to
Romney.
be.
It has to be Dave Romney. Steris can cover a little bit at right back, but it rarely ever works out. It probably has to be Dave. The main issue is that all 3 of these of us losing Araujo, Felcher, and Giancarlo are going to overlap over each other. So, Lord forbid anything. Ironically, the way we talked about him, Lord forbid anything happen to Dave Romney because we're going to be fucked through that run-in.
And let's be honest. It's a preliminary roster, so Felcher could be back. He might not be chosen for the team.
I think Giancarlo only made the preliminary roster.
But
he
he's
could
like
conceivably.
but he's the guy.
He could conceivably not go for whatever reason, but he's going. But yeah, Felcher could be back. It's possible. Araujo is definitely gone, and that's kind of just going to be the way that is. Araujo is missing. He's at the U20 World Cup
which is going on right now.
May 25th. So he just took off. He hopped on a plane today. May 25th to Sunday, June 16th. So he's going to miss Orlando on the 24th, Sporting Kansas City on the 29th, the Revs on Sunday, the 2nd of June, and depending on rest if necessary, FC Cincinnati on June 22nd.
He'll have like a week between.
He'll get back for 6 days, right?
And they're not making. Is that just the?
That's the U20 World Cup, so it could happen. It could happen. Leggett, Giancarlo, Jonathan, and Uriel Antuna potentially could be gone from June 15th to July 7th.
Fuck it, let's just start G2, man.
Let me keep going. You may have
You
to.
might have to.
And Felcher is gone with the Copa America through June 14th through July 7th, so roughly the same time as the Gold Cup. All of those guys potentially, if they make it all the way to the end, could miss FC Cincinnati on the 22nd, San Jose away on the 29th, which really hurts, and Toronto FC on the 4th of July. That's a lot. That's a lot of starting names.
Yeah,
that's a lot of starting names. That's a lot of important games. A couple Western Conference games, a rivalry game. Things that could potentially be pretty.
We don't have people on our team who bitch out on their national team call ups.
Ooh. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand that. If there's one thing, what we're talking about?
I kind of wish that.
Oh yeah, I was giving it to the Mexican fan he's a big short little man fan. I'm like, so what? You gonna root for the USA now because your boy's not gonna be there?
But I get the fan side and wanting all your best players, blah blah blah. But the one thing I always found admirable about Beckham is he was like, I will play as long as they will call me. Like whenever England calls me, then I will arrive. Like if they need me to step back, then it's time for me to step back, and that's what I got to do. But as long as they're willing to call me, I'm willing to show up. I don't like, I'm out of shape at best. Being kind, I'm out of shape. If Greg Berhalter was like, Tucker, we need you at center back, I would go, sir, surely there is someone else. But if I'm the dude, I'm going to get a red card.
There must be another Chris Tucker that you were looking at.
He's too old now, apparently. But you need me to take fucking Messi out? If I can catch him, I got you. Like, if I can catch him, you don't have to worry about him. He's going to be out of that game. I don't understand them calling me and saying no.
Tucker's going to eat Messi.
I would eat Messi. Oh, I would fucking eat Messi in a heartbeat. Imagine that. I'm a vegetarian, but I imagine that meat is sweet. Tastes him soaked in all of his enemy's blood.
It's like well coiffed.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it's all the steroid injections that they gave him. It really hardies that beef up.
Veiny.
Yeah.
Probably real veiny.
So.
Like Scott Steiner veiny.
To answer what was a lightning round, disgusting. To answer what was a lightning round question, has to be Romney. Could be Nate Schultz. Probably gonna be Romney. Nate Schultz should be his backup.
Yeah, it's gonna be Romney.
Is Joe Corona a bust or is he just tired? That's asked by Jesse Werner.
Jesse Werner.
Do you want to go first? You want me to?
It's too early to call.
I think it's his first season.
Yeah.
I think it's his first season. He's playing more regularly than he had been, and he's.
I'd call some other signings a bust over
yeah, him. It's one of those things. Like even going through who scores ratings, I think he's third bottom of starters. But I don't know. I think it's too early. He does still occasionally have very good games. And I guess he's a bust depending on what you were expecting out of him. He's a allocation money player, so I can see how that would put a little bit of a spotlight on him. But
he ain't no Shelvick, man. Like,
he's not. Yeah, he's not making Shelvick money.
That's like bust.
He's and that's if you want to go like signed at crazy money. He's not Perry Kitchen. Like he still is allowed to play soccer. Give him some time to figure it out. He's going to get a lot better. And again, and I try not to repeat it too much. Until we get healthy, completely healthy, we're still not playing the way we're designed and set up for. What the end game is. Wait till Fabio is ready to go. Wait till hopefully Alessandrini is good to go.
He's reading the YouTube comments.
I'm sure. But wait till Zlatan is regularly playing, or we get some other. There's pieces that could work.
Kind of laugh like haunts your dreams, isn't it?
It's
a little like Sawish, right? Like
it's really strange to like in the middle of.
Do you have the YouTube chat open?
No, I'm paying attention to the show I'm recording. You know, I'm doing my best.
Jamie says, Messi would fall over and die if he ran into Tucker.
And die? Oh yeah.
I think that was a fat joke, but that's just me.
She called me fat?
That's the way
I thought he was like terrified of me.
That's the way I read it. That's fucked up, Jamie.
That's cruel. I thought we were friends.
I know. I thought you were homies.
Used to be my homie. Used to be my ace.
Rodriguez wants to know if we're going to Dollar Dodger tonight next week.
You want to buy my ticket? Whoever wants to buy my ticket. Is it on a weekday?
It's actually next Tuesday.
I can't go.
Who wants to buy my ticket is on a weeknight. Who wants to buy my ticket and am I free? Because then maybe.
Tuesday, what time?
7:10.
We record.
Are you even? How are you?
Wait, so are you not recording then?
Next week? Probably not.
Ben's fat ass is going to be a tough.
Hey, I don't miss Dollar Dodger Dog Night. I love you too. I love you too.
You're leaving the studio open then?
I'll leave it open.
We're just going to jizz all over this place.
Dude, we'll do what we did last time.
We're doing this together?
Yeah, on the keyboard. We go 1, 2, 3.
Ookie cookie.
You say, what did you say?
Ookie cookie.
Oh, God. Oh, there you go.
That was close to some other thing that I thought I was going to say.
Yeah, ookie cookie. Everyone on the cookie, whoever's last, eats the cookie.
What the fuck went on in the military, man?
Nam was fucked up, dude.
Yeah, Nam was dark.
So do you want Samoa Bob's question on Twitter, or you want Shark Boy in the email?
We'll do both.
Oh man,
let's just do both. Let's just do both real quick. Go.
All right, Shark Boy wants to know why the hell did we let Kamara go?
Let's bring that energy out. Come on, let's go.
All right, why the hell did we let Kamara go? Didn't he want to play second fiddle to Zlatan for 2 of 5 years? Why is he such a freaking crybaby when he's just riding the pine in China?
I didn't hear about him. I didn't hear about him crying. Is he crying?
No.
He's crying over his millions of dollars that he's making over there.
He wanted to get paid, and
he had a chance to set his family up.
Yeah, I can't blame him for wanting to get a payday. Like it's your career is very short, and in MLS you don't make money. So go make money.
Why do we have a bunch of midfielders when what good is a playmaker if no one can finish off the play?
We have no playmaker.
Ding. Well, we have no one who can finish. Fabio is your playmaker.
Well,
right
now, yeah.
But like, it was a playmaker or it was a forward, and I guess GBS said, "Hey, I trust that Zlatan's going to be healthy and not stupid. Let's get a playmaker in."
One of the two was right.
I'm telling you, when it's all said and done, and it might not, we talked about this a few weeks ago. Genuinely might not be this year, but when it's all said and done, and we're no longer shackled financially with the restraints from the previous regime, it's going to look a whole lot different. We still have close to $2 million regularly riding the pine, or should be riding the pine. Give it some time. Like this is a foundation shift. It's going to take time.
Any positives that come from this year is just a bonus.
It's all bonus. That's why it's like you shoot for third, fourth, fifth.
It's still hard to see this team lose 4 games in a row.
Sure, probably 5 by this time next week.
But we have to be realistic that this team is not going to be.
We're not set to win today.
No,
we're building to winning, but we're not set to win right now. If we could buy out a lot of contracts, then
that's very different from what we've had to deal with in the past, where it's like it's win this year.
Yeah.
Win this year. Don't worry about next year.
Well, even in Bruce's 2009 year, it was like contracts were running out, and it was pre the most recent CBA. We were able to get rid of people wholesale quickly. You can't really do that now. You're more held to the contracts, and every time the CBA comes up and everyone's hashtagging stand with MLS players or whatever the fuck it is, like this is the progress. We can't just get rid of people anymore, in part because of the progress they're making in the collective bargaining agreement. So we're getting there. It's gonna take some time, and it might not come with Zlatan. We'll see. It depends on how long he can go, but it's probably not going to be this year anyway. So give everybody some time.
And Samoa Bob wants to know who's at fault for the loss, the players or the coach?
You guys didn't get to be there at the game. If I have to pick one, if you have to go with one, I would go with GBS.
Yeah.
I want, every part of me wants to say, not just the players, but one specific one, because had he not been childish in his reaction to somebody, he would have been there. And I think that's an extremely winnable game if he's playing. I don't understand the lineup selection. I didn't understand the tactics in the lineup, and everything outside of defensively we were set. Defensively we were strong, we were good. Everyone knew what their roles were. Everything past the defense looked muddled and confused, and it was clear that we had a plan of win the ball back on a press, play it wide, cross it in as if Zlatan was there, despite the fact that Uriel Antuna and Emma Boateng predominantly were playing up front. We had a plan that didn't work, and we didn't really seem to have the ability to fix it or change it. And that I'm going to put that more on Schelotto. If you play Pontius and you keep whipping those balls in the same way, strong possibility he's going to get on the end of one. If you play with, smaller strikers, smaller forwards in Major League Soccer against a terrible team, which is probably just going to knock into you and try to destroy these players, it's not really going to work out, and it wasn't working out, and we didn't have a way to change it at all. So on a loss that was entirely preventable, it's got to be on the coaching staff.
On a shorter answer, yes. I think it's on GBS for his tactics. If his players weren't listening to his tactics, again, that goes back on him for not being, harder on these guys or something. We have a goddamn guy on our bench who's called the Butcher. Like, fuck, start butchering some of these players, man.
Yeah.
If that's what the attitude is, hack them. Let's go.
We got to get. I don't know.
Let me play a little devil's advocate here, just because I think that Schelotto should have been able to put any of our 11 guys out there, and we should have been able to handle Colorado. They are that bad. So I'm going to put it more on the players. I just think that, they showed zero heart. They showed zero mental fortitude in this game. And like I said, any 11 players, G2 probably could have gone out and got a point.
But again, doesn't that go back to the coach? Then you sub in your guys who are going to change the game for you.
It does, but he picks his 11 guys, and those guys have to perform. So, I mean, Schelotto's not completely off the hook here, but
the question is,
those 11 guys did not perform the way they should. It was Colorado. They haven't fucking won all year. Connor Casey is their fucking coach.
One now. I don't know, man. 18 shots.
68% possession?
13 in 18 shots, 13 in the box. Like, they worked their ass off. It wasn't good. It was 67.6% possession, so damn near. Better pass success, more dribbles, more aerial duels won, more tackles, more corners. Like, there's not enough outside of Zlatan when it comes to scoring. There's not when it comes to finishing. It's one game for Fabio. He's got his shooting boots on. It's clearly what he was displaying playing. He looks like he wants to score, and
MLS defenses don't know him yet.
Yeah, they don't know him. It's gonna take some time to figure him out. It's just when the two up top are Antuna, who's not a forward, and Boateng, who can't really hit seemingly anything.
When your tactics are to play,
not gonna work.
like when we explained it, when your tactics are to play to someone who's 6'4", but you have guys who are 5'3", like it's just
when your tactic involves a player who's not on the field.
Yeah,
like it can't work, and that's mostly what I saw, and that's why I'm going to put it on. That's why I put it on GPS.
Go back to the Minnesota tapes and be like, this is the way we need to play when we don't have Zlatan on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Play it on the ground, play it quick. You have the guys who can do it, so why not do it?
All right, that's it.
Very nice.
We don't have a FIFA update?
We do. Most of the stuff on the Twitter for the lightning round was about FIFA, so I'm assuming that's going to get taken care of in the update.
Well, I don't know what happened on the tweet bot there, but we have no update this week. I guess it wasn't requested until late or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It's not like we record every Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, we'll if you're one of the people who are super into the FIFA League, like we'll have an update for you next week. For the players,
Or just follow Twitter.
yeah, or follow Squadcast FIFA at Squadcast FIFA or at Riot Squadcast. We'll retweet them and everything will be cool. We'll all be best friends and it'll be awesome.
It'll be cool beans, baby.
But if you are one of the players, week 16 through 20 are now open. So get to those. I just read that Decline is no longer in the league, and that breaks my heart.
What?
But he was having some issues getting games played, and it's awesome of him as a player to say, hey, I don't want to slow everything up. So if I'm not going to be able to play, I'm going to step back. And,
Well, I know he's getting married pretty soon, so
it takes up all of your life.
yeah, it does.
So good on him. But we appreciate it, and thank you for playing it, and we'll see you next year.
I think most of the promotion division didn't even get games 11 through 15 played.
It's driving Jamie fucking insane. It's been pretty funny.
She didn't want to play on her birthday, so I was like, whatever then.
You, who've been celebrating your birthday for a fucking month and a half.
Sir, a week.
My God.
It was 2 days.
All right.
My wife made me dinner on my birthday, and my family took me out on Sunday. Like, that was my birthday shit.
All right.
I
I feel
been here on your birthday, motherfucker, in that chair doing a show.
you've been celebrating your birthday for at least a week.
Exactly.
Be with my wife,
No, you
or be with
you
you fucking assholes.
Yeah.
I asked you if you were coming to the game on Sunday, and you were like, no, we're doing some birthday thing. I asked you if you were coming to the show on Tuesday, and you were like, no, we're doing some birthday thing.
Yeah, make up your damn mind.
That's like 5 days of birthday.
2 days.
There's a middle ground.
It was 2 days.
So you
It was a Sunday.
But how do you do it on
Tuesday?
Tuesday? If you do it on Tuesday and you do it on Sunday, the birthday is continuing.
Tuesday was my actual birthday, so my wife made me dinner, and that Sunday, my family took me out for dinner. That was it.
Only Saturday.
I mean, I didn't get a birthday post from Twitter. I'm just saying.
I don't know what day your actual birthday is. It's the only
You
reason
did know.
I did know.
You was like, "Oh, happy birthday!" You were talking about birthday on Tuesday.
That's only because you were like, I'm not coming to the show tonight.
I know
we're
when his
going out for
birthday
dinner.
is, though.
When is his birthday?
July 18th.
You are definitely the bitch in the relationship.
Wow. No, he's not. He's a man because he's 100% correct.
And then 28th. Or
This is
something?
what I don't understand.
Or the 24th.
Because Jonas does this.
24th.
All of these are wrong. Like, stop. Just stop.
I know you share the birthday with
my
Doctor
God.
with our good friend Bones, though.
I do. So, Bones, what you're learning right now is Ed also doesn't know your birthday. And Leslie. Leslie is, turns out, July 11th, actually.
July
if
11th.
you
I
were
was
wondering.
in the month.
Yeah,
I was close. 3 days off.
I wasn't even
Depending
listening
on
to you
depending
when
on
when you said
depending
what
on which number you guessed with, you were as many as 13 days.
I think
Well, I
7.
think you said the 28th as well.
I think I said the 18th. I think is one.
Okay, well,
So 7 days
So
off.
large again for
A
you.
week.
That's 2 days. It's not like a week off.
But
Yeah,
you could celebrate your birthday for a week and make him correct just like he did.
I would never do that.
2 days.
I,
Well, no
I
one
don't
loves
want
it
to
as
celebrate
much.
it the day of my birthday. I'm good without it. I definitely don't need a week and a half of
2
birthday
days.
celebration like Shelly over here.
2 days.
I think Erica should make you a chocolate cake for your birthday.
Erica already does enough. She doesn't need to do anything extra for me.
That
That's too-
chocolate
she
cake
does
was
too much.
good, though.
How is he demanding your wife to do something for you, man?
He's not demanding my wife to do anything.
Yeah.
If any man demands Erica to do anything, he's
yeah.
getting
That's what it
smacked in the
sounds
mouth.
like.
I am suggesting. I am not demanding.
You know what I'm getting for Father's
That
Day?
didn't seem like he pointed. It was like she needs to make
she,
it.
she made chocolate cake.
I'll
last
let her
week while
listen
you
to this.
weren't
She can
here.
deal with it.
Yeah. She made chocolate cake last week
Yeah.
for you, who wasn't here.
It wasn't for me, but okay.
It's for Andrew.
Yeah. So
Or whatever. It was your birthday. It was his birthday. So
Oh, that
I'm
is why
assuming
she.
it was-
That is literally is why she brought. She
Yeah.
had me bring it in. She's like for Ed's birthday, and I was like, he's not even gonna be here. She's like, get out of the house.
Just get out of the house,
I was
yeah.
like, okay,
It was fucking good.
it's delicious.
I don't even like chocolate cake actually.
Well, pie is better than cake.
I like
Cake is
cheesecake
terrible.
actually.
What are you, Russian?
I'm an American, like apple pie, sir.
I'm just
What are
saying,
you, Canadian?
No, Russians.
Yeah, what even?
That's the
What
thing
kind of
with
Canadian
Russians.
pie is there? Fucking pancakes, maple syrup. That's what they call a pie
Pecan.
up there.
Pecan, bean pie,
Sweet potato.
Nation of Islam. Sweet
Well, why do you
potato.
go sweet potato? That's racist as fuck, dude.
It might be racist, but sweet potato pie is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
So
sweet potato.
you know, little pumpkin pie. I'm a blueberry pie man myself, if I'm honest. So
Oh yeah, blueberry is my favorite berry.
of all the berries, I'm still a berry white guy. A little bit of berry man love. He writes the songs that makes the whole world sing.
All right, I think that's it.
Yeah, it's like fucking midnight. That's why that shit's so funny.
Ben, where can they find you on the socials, man?
You can find me at DT Radio Ben. You can email the show at Riot Squadcast or Riot Squadcast at Gmail, and either way we'll get it.
There you go, Chris. Where can they find you on the socials?
At ZeroCool138. Now that Game of Thrones is done, I guess I'll be reading A Song of Ice and Fire. So get me on Goodreads as well. Let's read some fucking books. Let's get educated.
I can let you borrow them. Do you have them
I do.
on your phone?
On my Kindle.
I have the actual.
Do you have the actual books? I'll take. Do you have a hard or soft
Soft cover.
I got it. I have Clash of Kings, so I'll get with you eventually.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at EdTheZombie13. You can find the show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just search Riot Squadcast. Make sure you're liking our stuff. Make sure you're sharing the episodes. That helps us a ton. Please share those stuff.
Also, if you help get me drunk or smoked me out at the game on Sunday, I super appreciate it. Most of those memories are a little hazy, so I don't really have names to thank, but you know who you are, and I want you to know I appreciate it.
And I want to give a quick shout out to our listener and friend of the show, Dan Gallagher, who's actually going to hook me up and take me to Disneyland to go to the Star Wars land.
Holy shit.
So that's kind of awesome. Thank
What
you,
do you
Dan.
gotta
Appreciate
do?
that. I'm just suck them off dry.
Ass grasser,
Dry.
I guess. Nobody rides for free.
But yes, and then
I got him! I got the fucking bitch!
I don't even know where to go from here. Bye, I guess.
I don't know.
What else do we have?
You better earn it.
Awaydaysfootball.com. Go to RiotSquadcast.com. Get a shirt. Go buy our shirt, please. Patreon.com/RiotSquadcast. Help us out, because we love you guys, and we really appreciate the support, and it's a great way to support the show.
And we want you to know we missed you. It's nice having the regular gang back together. Nice to see you, Ed, on my right. Nice to see you, Ben, on my left. Nice to see you, listener. Nice to hear you. Nice to speak with you.
And I'm glad I'm not here alone, because that was awkward.
You did a great job.
On that note, Ben, you gonna say something?
No, we're good.
All right. We will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick, bitch.
Woo!